Hey, what's up? We are live. We're at twitter.com/_wizard_shack, and then search YouTube. You'll find us there. If you search Wizard Shack, got the podcast started up. I had to upload everything today. It's crazy. Got it all done though. We're up to date. So check your feed, lovets.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you needed to do it. You did 65 episode uploads?
Yeah, I mean, I might as well put them all up,
Jeez, I know that's a lot. I would have said maybe just kind of the more recent stuff.
Yeah, but I feel like you might as well go back from, where it started. Not that it probably looks better too when you have 65 episodes instead of having like 2 or 3.
That's true. Yeah. What's weird, we went from not existing to having 65 posts all at once.
Yeah, we have a lot of shit, man. I mean, in some of these episodes, they're like 3 hours. We have a lot of stuff. We have a lot of content. I mean, average is 2 hours, I'd say. So if you times 65 by 2 hours, man, what is that?
Yeah, I think originally we were trying to go for like an hour and a half to 40, and then it kind of tangent after tangent, you lose track of time, and then it's like, I think the most we did was over. I don't think we ever done over 3, have we? Have we gone to 4?
No, we've done 4. We've gone to 4, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty long.
Yeah, we've definitely hit 4. I think early on we were going a lot longer. I think it's because I know the
older one we had to cut short because it was just like too much shit to do.
I mean, I now do I get together like 3 topics or whatever, and sometimes some of them are real short. But back a little bit ago, I was getting like 5 shit. I would get like 5 topics and shit, and like a lot. I was getting a lot of different stuff, and yeah, so it'd go long just because I try to get to everything. But I saw all this today, and it made me think of Napoleon and how this is a good example of Napoleon did everything wrong. Here's Trey Parker and Matt Stone talking about the story structure, and this is good shit because I was starting to think about good stories really do follow this.
South Park Writers Room, one whole wall is one of these. And we've got it split up into 3 acts.
We have different colored markers just like here too. Look at we have that.
And I walk around with the markers like this, and we'll go, okay, we do a show about this.
This is our writer's room.
Oh, okay, well somewhere, this would be a funny scene if we had this. True. Each individual scene has to work as a kind of funny sketch. You don't want one scene that's just like, well, what was the point of that scene? We found out this really simple rule that maybe you guys have all heard before, but it took us a long time to learn it. But we can take these beats, which are basically the beats of your outline, and if the words and then belong between those beats, you're basically. You got something pretty boring. What should happen between every beat that you've written down is either the word therefore or but, right? So what I'm saying is that you come up with an idea and it's like, okay, this happens, right? And then this happens. No, it should be this happens and therefore this happens. But this happens, therefore this happens. And that, as soon as we are able to, and literally sometimes we'll write it out to make sure we're doing it. We'll have our beats and we'll say, okay, this happened, but then this happens, and that affects this, and that does to that, and that's why you get a show that feels like, okay, this to that, to this to that, but this, here's the complication to that. And there's so many scripts we read from new writers and things that we see.
God, I see movies.
And
you see movies that you're just watching. It's like this happened, and then this happens, and then this happens. That's when you're in a movie, just going, "What the am I watching this movie for?" Just like this happened, and then this happened, and this happened. That's not a movie, that's not a story. Like Trey said, it's those 2, but because therefore, that gives you the causation between each beat, and that makes that's a story.
Yeah, and it's really true when I was thinking about Napoleon, where I mean there are some buts and therefores, but the majority of it is almost like, and then this next battle happens, and then this, it's like beat, and yeah, the causality is not there. I think that was my issue with it. When I saw this clip, I was like, all right, that was my issue with that movie.
I thought it was. You said it wasn't realistic to what supposed to have happened.
Well, besides from the realistic, there was like a bad flow. It would literally be like scenes, and then it's like 18, then it would jump like another year, and then we just go to this next battle, and it'd be like, yeah, the battle was interesting, but the correlation to get there wasn't that good.
It sounds like they're trying to cram too much in. Maybe should have.
Yeah, it could have been that. Yeah, it could be that. Yeah. That could be the
left
case.
fluff and like padding out, and maybe not made such long of a movie, but left the
Yeah,
more
like
impactful, essential stuff in.
right,
instead.
like if you told just like the first 3 years in just 2 hours of Napoleon or something, that might have been more interesting. Yeah.
Well, no, like John Adams was what, like a whole fucking miniseries.
Yeah.
But they didn't
Yeah,
try
that
and do
kinda-
it in a couple hours, so.
It could be something where I could see Napoleon working good as a TV show. But like the holdovers, I was thinking, even just the basic storyline that's presented in the trailer is like, you know, kids out of prep school, holiday breaks coming up, but his parents are, you know, his mom's whatever going on a honeymoon with a new husband, so he's got to stay. Therefore, he has to be over winter
Yeah, but you
break
could
with
have
this
easily just said,
curmudgeon
and
teacher.
then his parents don't show up.
Yeah, but it
You
is
said-
a but because it is like
I don't
there's
know.
a difference with like.
Honestly, you couldn't really say it either way. You could say and then or but.
But then it's like, you know, like Napoleon, it's like, oh, there's the Battle of Toulon. And then we cut forward and see him later. You know, like it literally that is how it is. Like that's how the beats are. They're not laid out to be, you know, within that.
Well,
Even I
it
would say like
sounds like there's not enough like obstacles to overcome.
yeah. And then even like I was thinking like Rings of Power, it had a bunch of those, and then you see some hobbits, and then you see some like some elves, you know, that kind of bullshit, you know. It's not set up well. It's just and then and it's I can see it now. It's a very good breakdown of story structure. It's really good because you want to have a point. And I've looked at stuff that like, you know, going back, I used to write some stories and screenplays and stuff, and I realized, I mean, they weren't good or anything, but like I realize why now, because it was just to have another scene following the next one. You know, when you have something like this where you have a structure where it's coming for a reason, it makes sense. That was almost like that One Piece show too. Like I felt like it built upon the story, which is nice. And then like the Rings of Power, it's all just now you see Galadriel, now you see this, now you see that. You know, it doesn't. There's no end. There's no therefore, but. And then I was thinking of House and the Dragon, like just a little plot of it. The Queen, she has to marry royalty because that's sort of what's expected, but the guy's gay. Therefore, she has to go be with a different man to have her kids. Therefore, the kids aren't actually of the lineage that it's supposed to be of. Therefore, that creates turmoil amongst the families. So it's like a bunch of things leading into each other. That's a big difference of the House of the Dragon versus the Amazon Prime show. Where again, you could break down all the good stories there. It's like but and therefore, and you know, same thing with Lord of the Rings. Maybe The Hobbit might have been a little bit too and then the movies at least. I know the book is a little bit more plotted out, but the movies are kind of and thens, and then you see Mirkwood elves being pricks or something, you know, that kind of shit. Oh yeah, but we were talking about this earlier. I want to talk about Elf on the Shelf. Thoughts on Elf on the Shelf? You love it. You had some interactions with Elf on the Shelf, huh? You have an elf on the shelf at your job? That's what it sounded like. Is that what you got there? Hold on, let me present the Elf on the Shelf. Here, the Elf on the Shelf is presented. I find it kind of a very infuriating thing. I have some coworkers that seem to just talk about it's more of an inconvenience than a good thing. But Elf on the Shelf.
What about it?
Love it. You have a Elf on the Shelf at your office?
Well, I've only seen it once. They stuffed it in like the blinds of the break room.
Is it going to be moving around every day?
I guess it is. I've only seen it once. I don't know where they're putting it.
Well, that's the fun of it. You got to keep looking for it. That elf's going to move each day, apparently.
I don't know.
I don't get it.
The feeling I got is like the people at work are like they're like already having to deal with this shit at home, and it's like now I got to do this here too.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, it's just I think it's a dumb thing in an office because everyone thinks this is such bullshit. It's like it's for kids, you know. Like no one thinks this is good.
I know. I mean, if you read the message, it says like, "Oh, Ralphie's going to go back to Santa and report if we were good or bad. So don't move me or touch me." It's like,
I get. I'd be like, does Ralphie
begging somebody like, "Come fuck with Ralphie. Let's see what happens."
Does Ralphie determine my Christmas bonus? So I'd write in there.
Well, yeah. I mean, if somebody really wanted to, they could have like maybe write something on one. I mean, the photo I showed you, they're everywhere within the office.
Really?
Like, yeah, that like.
Who does it? Is it like a
little
secretary
picture
that handles this?
What?
Is there like a secretary that handles this?
I think it's like the office. I don't know what their title is, but they seem.
Yeah, they call them. They call secretaries office managers now. Yeah, that's
I mean, it just seems like they don't have
modern
a lot
thing.
going on, so they're coming up with bullshit to do like this.
Oh,
like
yeah.
they literally made like 10 to 15 different printouts
Rules.
and strategically placed them all over the fucking office. Like there's some
they don't got a lot to do then.
some big fucking to do, and I was like, "Lady, man, I got shit. Like you could have come over here and like help me do some shit, you know, if you're that bored."
Yeah, I mean they you can't touch them, but everyone will. You know those kids are touching those fucking things, and they're just pretending they didn't.
I didn't know that was the rule that you can't.
Yeah,
touch
the rule
them.
is like that you can't touch them, you can't like move them because
Maybe
they're
that's
supposed to
the whole
move on their
point.
own.
It's like it's such an obnoxious looking piece of shit that you want to just like pound its face in, but you can't.
I think it's a very plain looking thing. To me, it's just like I don't know. It's like very plain. Like I see
this
it, and I'm
photo, it looks
surprised
like
it's popular.
He's got like some big red cock because his legs all crumpled up.
Yeah, I guess they bend like this, which would make sense because you want to kind of ply them around. So that could make sense there. Probably this is probably one of the cheapest things to possibly make. To like, you have a doll head and then fucking wires, you know, like wired body.
Remember Beanie Babies?
Yeah, this is way less expensive than a Beanie Baby.
No, I know, but that whole that fad, the bubble burst so hard because people.
This has been around for a while.
People eventually found out that, and they didn't realize because the internet was so new that the website was making up bullshit pop reports. So they would say like, "Oh, there's only like 100 left of, you know, whatever Bumblebee guy," and then everyone would spend tons of money to try and get that, and then later they found out it was like 100,000 plus. You know, like they were just completely fucking with everybody, and everyone was just like so new to the internet that any like website or anything that was giving them information was enough to freak out over. You know, like, there's not a lot of stuff to choose from.
Dude, I was on the front lines of that. I mean, I never gave a shit about Beanie Babies, but like my mom and sister did, and I would go to these things. I would get dragged along to these things. Like I was drug along to these, but to tell you the truth, they were kind of fun because it was almost like you'd wake up really early and you'd get in these weird big lines at like 5 o'clock in the morning to like a fucking Zonk's bookstore, like these bookstores that don't even exist anymore. They're gone.
What's it called?
It was like something Einstein's or Zonk's, something weird. They don't
Borders. Do you remember Borders?
No, it was different. It was like Zonk's or something weird. It was like
no, I know, but Borders is like that was one I went to all the time, and I think
it was called. I remember I found it. It was called Zany Brainy.
Zany Brainy.
You search Zany Brainy and or Noodle Cadoodle.
Like I remember Noodle Cadoodle.
And they had this like logo that was like kind of crazy, but FAO Swartz owned Zany Brainy. So there was a bunch of these Zany Brainies around in the New Jersey area because FAO Swartz is from New York. But yeah, I remember going to these things and it's fucking ridiculous. I mean, but again, it's kind of fun to be like in line for these things. Maybe I was just an idiot kid, but I don't know. I didn't care about the fucking Beanie Babies. I never gave a shit about them. But I guess it's a thing, these Elf on the Shelves.
It looks sort of like a Chuck E. Cheese or something.
Yeah, but a lot less fun. A lot more books. But here's the thing. What are the alternatives for Christians for Elf on the Shelf? Because you know this is not pious enough. Right? You know these Catholics are going to hate Elf on the Shelf.
I don't know. Jews on the floor?
I think they have a mensch on the bench. I know that's a Jewish one. That's the Jewish take of it. But here's this: the shepherd on the search. You got a shepherd who you can hide your shepherd, and no one will look for him. None of your Catholic kids will care. Because I've been around Catholic kids, they don't care. The Christmas star from afar. So it's a star that you can hide around. Put a new
These are
spot.
like knockoff versions that came out after.
No, these are Catholic versions, so these are actual related to God. These aren't, blasphemous like Elf on the Shelf kind of thing. What kind of blasphemy do you think Elf on the Shelf? How many these people who believe in Elf on the Shelf are going to hell? You know that, right? That's gonna be burning eternally.
Well, I mean, I get confused with the logic because you can be going to hell for like a week or so, and then you repent, and then you're good to go, right? I mean,
No, I don't think so. I think if you've gone to hell, all right, so with typical Catholic theology, there you go to purgatory where it's determined if you go to heaven or hell, and then if you go to hell, you're there That's eternal.
no, I mean more like you're in line to go to hell, but then you do a bunch of shit, so then you're good to go. You know,
I think it depends. I think it's like the priest will forgive you, but that doesn't mean exactly that God will. I think that's how it goes with the
well,
Catholic. But God could forgive all.
God wants donations, though. You know, so like what if you donate a certain amount of money? Then can you buy your way in?
Nah, because I think I kind of think Jesus said something about money. I think he said money's not the pious way or something. Isn't it something like that? What is it?
But then why are we like passing around a basket for donations to fund the church or whatever? You know, that kind of is becoming a little hypocritical then.
I think a lot of it, a lot of it does go to like a lot of Christian organizations are responsible for building orphanages, and there is a lot of legit things that money goes towards. I know it probably doesn't seem like it, but I do think there is some legitimacy. Like, they're not these. I don't know. These aren't the people that are like loading their pockets, unless it's like they're Righteous Gemstones or Joel Osteen. Like some are, but I don't know.
I don't know. I wouldn't. I don't trust any of that stuff. I mean, it's not like you get a receipt or any kind of proof of what's going on. You just throw the shit into the ether. It's like your tax money. You don't know what the fuck it's going to.
Yeah, well, you can also get Mary on the mantle.
I just know when I do my net and gross, it's like fucking half is gone. So whatever that half is funding, I'm sure it's something great.
Well, yeah, you could do Mary on the mantle, so you could have the Virgin Mary, and you could place her around her home. She performs various tasks like washing baby clothes, reading a pregnancy book, and planning her journey to Bethlehem.
This sounds pretty fun.
Yeah, it's funny how all these things, like, no kid is going to be in on this. Come on, like you're not pulling anyone here.
And if you're lucky, she'll get married at like 14 and have a miscarriage, and then you get like a little thing to play with because you can't abort it, the fetus. So you get like a little fetus toy.
The giving manger. All right, let's see what this is. Through the act of an empty manger is displayed. Okay. Each act of kindness, service, or good deed that your child does allows them to put a piece of hay in the manger. Oh, how fun. And then on Christmas morning, the baby Jesus is there. So you get to put hay. You do a good deed, you get to put some hay down there. This is like this is the most deprived kid in the world. He's got to do a good deed every day.
Sounds like Butters.
Yeah, it's like he's got to make sure he does a good deed so I can put one piece of hay down. And then he looks at it for like 15 minutes just staring at this little manger thing.
Which a good deed is they probably just manipulate him to like working around the house and doing chores or whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah. This Journey to Bethlehem. This is a wooden nativity set, which we got those already. It's just a little funner, I guess. They got this Japanese animation eyes here, I guess. That's all you get. But yeah, this is the alternatives, You guys wanted good alternatives that won't get you, sent to hell like Elf on the Shelf will. This is it.
You want an Elf on the Shelf or an Asian on the desk.
Yeah. Elf on the Shelf or Life in Hell, right? What do you choose? Or is it both?
Well, that's the thing, you know, you could be doing what they say and then still end up in hell. Who knows?
Yeah, and then all these Christmas things, man. It's I found a clip that I was like, it made me think of this seems true. This is a good clip for Christmas time.
I never felt so much like Christmas in all my life. Don't you, Sherry dear?
Shut your nasty little face.
That's how I feel. I don't even know what that's from, but I found it and I was like, it's gotta be something old timey. I get sick of it pretty quick, the Christmas times.
Well, I mean, Thanksgiving didn't even fucking happen. They were ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a in-between thing there. I mean, I can't believe it's already it's almost Christmas. It pretty much is Christmas already.
The worst thing about it, and I know from working at Wegmans, is they play that Christmas music on loop every fucking day for a month plus.
Yeah.
And after a while, it's like,
It sucks.
you're going to sleep and you hear that fucking shitty Paul McCartney song in your fucking head. It's just
What Paul McCartney
too
song?
much. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time, and with this awful synth fucking lead, it's just so bad.
Well,
He should be ashamed of himself for that fucking crap.
oh yeah. Well, speaking of an impish man, the Wonka early reviews have come out. Another impish man like Paul McCartney.
Yeah,
That's
Paul
he-
McCartney is a fucking waif of a man too. Piece of shit.
little imp. Yeah. I mean, I guess I was thinking about it. Who are there's a bunch of impish men. I feel like Paul McCartney comes to mind. I'm trying to think of others. I know Timothy Chalamet. But who else we got here? Impish men. I guess everyone from Oasis.
I don't know. I don't really think much about impish men.
Yeah, I mean,
I know you've been making that waif of a man joke for like, well, how long has Dune been out? Like a year plus.
yeah, it's been out for quite a bit now. No, it's been out longer than that. I think we're 2 years away from Dune now. It's been a long time.
No, well, actually, I'm referring more to the Met Gala stuff we covered. That's when I noticed.
Oh,
you
that's
being
been
a waif of a man.
I think that was around March. When
That's
the Met
probably
Gala-
one of our better streams, I would say.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Met Gala 2024, so we can look at the outfits.
Is there a way to like
See Timothy Chalamet in a belly shirt again.
is there a way to like put our like certain episodes ahead of other ones?
Well, I have that as a clip. That is a clip. The whole Met Gala.
Because
Clip.
I would like people, if they could, to start with like some of the better streams than just starting from like the first one.
I do like anything like that as a clip. So it's like that is a clip. That's not part of our whole live. Like, you know what sucks is YouTube doesn't really recognize our live videos as much as like if you clipped out. Like if
No,
you
I know
clip
it
out a
puts
5-minute clip.
lives into this separate fucking
Yeah. It's
category
ridiculous,
altogether,
actually.
and I feel like most people don't even bother or realize that it's over there.
Yeah, but you know what's funny though? There's a lot of channels I follow where they don't even have videos; they just have live shit, and I'm like, I know I have to go over there, but it's still like kind of not intuitive. They really should like, what's the difference between a live video and a like one? Like, just put it to your video section. Stupid, actually.
Well, the difference is a live video for us is 4 hours and a clip's like 15 minutes.
Yeah, but it's still video. You know, still put it in my video section. I don't know why it doesn't get counted there.
No, I know. I noticed this when we were doing the fantasy shit. It's like all our posts were the old stuff, and then if you didn't realize we were doing live shit, you would think it was like a dead channel.
Well, a lot of people will, you know, like, so with our platform here, we could record ourselves without being live, but then you could, you know, but I like being live. So if anyone's on or someone wants to ask something, you know, or two or one person that comes in, but yeah, you could always just record it and then upload it as a video, which probably what we should have done for the fantasy show. Should have probably done that. We didn't really need to be live. Well, probably even here too. But
Yeah, because
every so often we get some
the
people.
way the fantasy show was, we were not trying to interact at all. It was just more just like getting the tons of information out as fast as possible. Because otherwise, that could have went on for way too long.
Well, we could have like deleted the live video, downloaded the video, and then put it up again, like reposted it. That's that, and people do that. I do know some channels that do that. Like their live stuff really only stays up for a little bit, and then it comes back as a video once it's like reposted. But then you don't have like, I don't know. It's a little different. But speaking of a waif of a man or an impish man, the imp of all imps is Mr. Timothy Chalamet here. Yeah, this movie looks bad. I read some reviews and I can't believe them because I think they're all just lying. I think they're just lying fucks. These early reviews. There's a few bad reviews, and I was like, I kind of believe these, but the good ones, I don't know.
I've spent the past 7 years traveling the world perfecting my craft. You see, I'm something of a magician, inventor, and chocolate maker. So quiet up.
I mean, the one good thing about having a podcast, though, by the way, is none of that shit gets taken down. So even if it gets taken down on YouTube, it gets trimmed out, but this will be on the podcast.
I know, but we should still be focusing on YouTube. Like, the podcast could get no views.
Yeah, no, but you know what's funny, though? We'll have to see. The podcast could do better, though, too. That's another weirder part. Because some people
YouTube's such a bigger platform. It's got visuals.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the thing is, I guess my goal would be to like drive those people who might be listening on the podcast to see the visual aspect of it.
That's what I was saying this morning. Is like people will hear the clips and want to see what the fuck's going on. That's connected,
or maybe want to be like live and interact and shit. But yeah, look at this imp.
And listen down. Nope, scratch that. Reverse it.
Mr. Wonka, I can see you're a man of great ingenuity.
What are you doing?
I'm making chocolate, of course. How do you like it? Dark, white, nutty, absolutely insane.
Yeah, this is embarrassing. He's not good. He's not good.
Many people have come here to sell chocolate. They've all been crushed by the chocolate cartel. You can't get a shop without selling chocolate, and you can't sell chocolate without a shop.
No daydreaming.
What are we gonna do, Willie?
Did you know there was all these black people in this turn of the century England like this? I didn't know that.
It just seems like a
Wonka.
less masculine Johnny Depp.
Like a less masculine Michael Jackson impersonation, I guess. That's hard to do.
Has he done shit with Tim Burton?
Timothy?
Yeah, the wife.
Not yet. I'm actually surprised.
Like they'd be
match made in heaven, right?
Yeah, or hell.
Well, all right, so here's something interesting.
Has anyone ever said that? Like, this is a match made in hell?
Oh yeah. Well, I was speaking of that Catholic stuff, definitely. But
no, I mean like review wise, like these are the two worst people you could have gotten to create this pile of shit.
Oh, apparently Timothy Chalamet has been rejected by Tim Burton on a few things. Interesting. As has Emma Stone. Both these big-eyed fucks. They've both been rejected.
Yeah, they got some googly eyes.
Yeah. But Timothy Chalamet did play Edward Scissorhands in a commercial. So there is a weird connection. I think everyone else thinks he looks like.
I knew there was some reason why I don't know.
I think he looks like a Tim Burton character. So I think everyone kind of sees it. I guess other than Tim Burton. He's like, nah, too much. And he's like, I couldn't go there. I'm just gonna make some more bad stop animation movies that no one wants to watch, or like some over the top CG crap.
Huh?
Huh.
A double hump.
Do you have a pencil and paper?
Uh-huh.
I got an idea. I know things haven't been easy for you. They're gonna get better.
So that's the only saving grace of this movie is the padding director guy isn't bad. It's not bad. Those aren't bad.
Yeah, I don't know. You've been like
They're shockingly all right.
you've been sucking this Paddington guy's cock up for like a year now. I don't know what the fuck.
It's not a bad movie, Paddington. The director's good. I think his name's Paul King. Paul King.
What's so great about the bear movie? Like, is he funny? Is it like he like dies at the end and you feel bad for everybody?
No, it's just sort of like a.
What's so great about it?
It's hard to explain, but it's not a bad movie. It's I guess it's like a very quaint movie. It's also like not like it's not over the top. I feel like it's a charming movie. It's a very like maybe it's these British people with their charm. I don't know. It's a charming movie. There's not a lot to it. Where it could be like if it was made in America, it'd be like fucking, Garfield farting into a lasagna pan or something. Like, yeah.
They did make some Garfield movies, and Bill Murray said it's one of the big regrets of his life.
Yeah, it's surprisingly a decent movie, that Paddington movie. I think that's where I didn't expect. I was like, I'll put this on for a second and turn it off, and I was like, oh, it's actually like all right.
Better.
You promise?
I pinky promise. That's the most solemn vow there is.
Where do we start?
A good chocolate chip is simple.
Where's this? It's just weird.
What's happening? Who wants a chocolate that makes you fly?
Let's find out, shall we?
Who's for a Hummerjob?
Nothing to see here. Just a small group of people defying the laws of gravity.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Gallery Gourmet.
Well,
My name is Willy Wonka.
Flies because you jerk.
Too good.
What was that?
Is that the fizzy shit where the grand?
Yeah, kind of
You know what's fucked up is like you think about the grandfather and the kid could have
He
been
had
like
that coke nail too.
if they didn't like burp the way down, they would have been annihilated by a fan and like their bodies would have been blood spraying all over the ceiling of the thing they were in. Like Wonka's a pretty fucked up person.
Yeah, and I mean, also, about the grandpa situation too, right?
He's a pedo.
No, he was. I mean, again, this is a product of the times, so understand that. But I mean, if you take a look at this image here, that's a full-on fucking coke. All right, so on his pinkies, Grandpa Joe's got coke nails. In the 70s, you'd have these nails that extend out so you could do some bump of coke. It
looks like a vampire holding them.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a coke nail. It's without a doubt. Like
so,
he's just got the one nail
and blow.
Oh yeah, I mean you don't just have the one like the two nails that are extended out. Like you just don't have as a man. No, you just don't. You don't have that. You got to be using it on purpose.
You're either using it to sniff coke or you're a pimp. So maybe Uncle Joe's a pimp.
Could be either or, right? Maybe he's a pimp and maybe he's into both.
Actually, you know what? Never mind. The
goes together, right?
Between pimp and doing coke is too high to separate.
Yeah, it kind of goes together, right? If you're gonna have some pimp, yeah,
it's redundant to have coke nail and be a pimp. It's almost like,
yeah, no, pimping ain't easy, but it's a little easier with some blow.
Well, I would say heroin. You get some.
Could have been heroin.
Some, like teenagers hooked on heroin, and all of a sudden now they need money, and there you are. I got a job for you.
Yeah, you think? Well, you never know. Grandpa Joe is always
pretending Jeffrey dollars.
He was pretending to be sick too that whole time, being in bed the whole time until like got a chance to get up and go to a fucking chocolate factory. Then he's all out of bed like it's no problem. That could have been the heroin thing. Maybe he was a Seattle rocker or something. I don't know.
I don't know. Did Grandpa Joe wear any flannel?
I think maybe his pajamas could have been flannel. That could be the case. Could have flannel pajamas.
I mean, pajamas are always flannel. I guess maybe that's where grunge really started.
Yeah, pajamas.
No, Grandpa Joe.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah, Grandpa Joe's started grunge. Seattle sound.
Yeah, pretty sure I've gained about 150 pounds in the last 2 weeks.
You could change her life, Mr. Wonka. Change all their lives.
Run away!
Every good thing in this world started with a dream. So you hold on to yours.
Here we go, Mama.
Mark my words. This is gonna be a great.
That's the mom from Paddington. She's I think she's good actually. That actress is good. She's a very I don't know. She's good. I don't know her name, but what's her name? I gotta find it now. Sally Hawkins. She's very good. She looks super British. She's like the most British person you could think of.
She was in The Favorite, right? She plays the queen.
No. That's different. That's Olivia Colman. This girl is like the girl who fucks the she's fucking the sea monster from The Shape of Water. She's fucking the Black Lagoon guy.
I don't know. I don't know.
You ever see The Shape of Water? The Guillermo?
No,
Oscar
I just made jokes about it winning an Oscar because I couldn't believe that fucking fish fucking movie won an Oscar. But then you know what? They one-upped us, and the guy who jumped on a dildo for superpowers won an Oscar.
Yeah,
so
won an
jokes
Oscar.
on me.
Yep, jokes definitely got a little crazier. Yeah, The Shape of Water is not a bad movie, but it's not an Oscar winner. It's equal to the.
It is though, didn't it?
Yeah, it is. I guess it is now. It's like I don't know.
It didn't win Best Picture. It won something.
No, it won Best Picture.
Oh
It
my
won
god!
Best Picture.
What was the competition that year? I mean, holy fucking shit! That the bar has to be so fucking low.
Oh god, it was 2017. So what are we looking at here? Yeah, it won Best Picture, Best Director. I was almost. I had to make sure. Yeah, it definitely
What's
did.
so great about that movie? It's like a Nazi film, isn't it? It's like Nazi doctors.
Here's another crazy thing. You know, I've seen this movie. I can't really remember it. That's also like not a good sign. Can't really remember it.
Yeah, but you said it was good. I remember you saying it was good.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's okay. I mean, let me see
Yet
what was
it's
up against it.
completely unforgettable, and no one knows why it won an Oscar.
All right, I'm seeing some better movies. All right, 2017, Call Me by Your Name, didn't see that. Darkest Hour, didn't see that. Dunkirk, I don't like that director, so I won't watch anything he does.
That's Nolan.
Yeah, Get Out. I like Get Out. That got nominated. That's probably the best movie of this list.
You know what's fucked up? It's like that should have been our Exorcist. And you know what I mean?
Like, pretty much was.
Defied like horror movies not being taken seriously and made a ton of money and did well far as like awards and all kinds of shit. You know, really Get Out should have been that.
I mean, it kind of was, man.
You know what's fucked up? It's like
it's pretty popular these days.
For that entire time too. It's like I don't understand why that didn't just win out like.
I mean, it's honestly horror, man. They don't seem to like horror in these things, but I think, to tell you the truth, I've seen a lot.
That's not true though. Didn't The Exorcist win?
No, did not. I don't think The Exorcist got nominated. I don't think it did. I don't think it would have.
Oh yeah, you know what? It just made a bunch of money.
Yeah, I don't think it got. It was one of those. You know, it's a scumbaggy horror movie back then.
What about Silence of the Lambs? Wasn't there ever like a horror movie that won some awards?
No, nope. No, they actually notoriously does not win in Academy Awards. I mean, everyone thought like Toni Collette would be nominated for Hereditary, and she didn't even get nominated for it.
I mean, I don't get it. Like, a horror movie is not that different from any other stuff that's being.
Okay, all right. I'm a little off here. All right, The Exorcist was nominated for Best Picture, but it didn't win.
Lost to what?
Well, it was 1973, so.
Ordinary People.
It lost to The Sting.
Oh, I've seen that shit too.
I mean, again, not a better movie.
Paul Newman and Robert Redford.
It did win Best Screenplay and Best Sound. So
I mean, The Sting is a good movie. I don't mind it winning, but it's just not like something that's that impactful. You know, it's like what is it when you make a movie that's set in an older time period? It's like a period piece or some shit. You know, I mean, fuck. Maybe that's a pretty strong form of Oscar bait. We should take that into account next year when we're making bets.
I mean, Jaws got nominated but did lose. I don't know if I considered it. Again, by the way, this lost to a very good movie. So, lost to The Godfather. So, I think that's all right. Actually, hold on. I'm wrong. That was the year before. So what's the 48th Academy Awards? Let's see. What did it lose to? All right, it lost to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which is a good movie.
I mean, that's really good.
I mean, this is actually every single movie nominated for Best Picture this year was really good. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Barry Lyndon, Dog Day Afternoon, Jaws, and Nashville by Robert Altman. So that's probably the least
really
good
one I
here.
haven't seen is Nashville, but I've heard people really love Robert Altman.
Yeah, I mean he's kind of typical good filmmaker. It's a I think it's a musical. It's like a country kind of
Is
thing.
Dolly Parton in it?
Probably. Nah, maybe not. She might have not been famous at that time.
Did you ever see The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas?
She's in that. I know she's in that. Yeah.
No, I know, but like, what a title! It's fucking awesome.
It's a good title. It's a strong title. Silence of the Lamb was nominated. This is surprising that this didn't win because this was really good. But in 1991.
Yeah, that's what I thought would have been up there because of Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, but you had, I guess there was good things there. 64th Oscars. It's always a year off.
Yeah, to me, I've seen Silence of the Lambs a few times. The most memorable scene is Buffalo Bill wearing like a cast or something, pretending he's hurt to lure somebody to his van.
This did win. This won the Oscar. This won.
I mean, that to me is like, that's how these fucking guys get this shit done, you know? Like
But you know what I'll have to say?
Like they're an injured animal or something.
Do you really consider this a horror movie or is it more of a thriller? You know? That's almost where I think.
I don't
that's
know.
why.
Is there really much of a gap to where you have to separate?
Well, I
one
kind of
from
say the
the
same
other?
thing with Jaws. I don't even know if I really consider Jaws a horror movie, like at all. Same with Silence of the Lamb. It's a crime. Yeah, again, it's a crime. It's a drama. It's a suspense movie. Sixth Sense. Didn't win any Oscars. It was just, I think that was a big money maker. Black Swan, not a horror movie. Get Out was nominated for Wall.
What do you mean Black Swan's not a horror movie?
I wouldn't say it's a horror movie. It's a drama. It's got horror elements. Same thing with Goddess. Like I would say that with Silence of the Lambs. It has horror elements, but I wouldn't say it's a horror movie. You know, horror movies are
Why not?
different thing. I don't know. Like Get Out is a horror movie. It's kind of, that's the point. You know, the point of Silence of the Lambs is this kind of crime detective drama. You know, like.
But what
same thing,
separates one from the other?
I think overarching plot. You know, your overarching plot is about she's trying to track down a killer, which is a very crime drama-esque. Where Get Out is the supernatural.
To qualify,
horror
doesn't
movie.
have to be certain scenes or moments that make it horrific enough.
I don't know. I think they're all borderline. Like I'd say even Jaws. There's definitely horrific elements that would be
You don't remember
borderline
the
horror
scene
movie.
in Silence of the Lambs where the security guard is like completely gutted?
Yeah,
and
that's the horror part for sure.
Like his bowels, like that's pretty fucked up. That's not
No, but
like
and even like the abduction from Buffalo Bill, and like that's pretty horrific and kind of like a horror movie, and kind of reminds me of Texas Chainsaw Massacre without like the obvious, you know, killing. But that was like spoke. It was like that was kind of like said but not shown that that's what he was gonna do. So
right. So I don't know how
I agree with you
kind
on
of
that.
separate one from the other. To me, they're just kind of all under the same geno or whatever the fuck you would call it. You know, like
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's hard to say. It's hard to say on that. But let's see what else we got. Shape of Water. You had the Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird. Lady Bird, hey, Lady Bird has Timothy Chalamet
Wave.
in it.
I've seen that
Yeah.
shit.
He's in
Yeah, I
that.
think I saw that shit.
It's okay.
It's just her and her mother just kind of hating each other and fighting the whole time. It's really not that much fun. to
No,
watch.
mumblecore kind of shit, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, mumblecore shit. It reminds me of this Natalie Portman movie where she goes on a road trip with Susan Sarandon, and that movie fucking sucked too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
know
felt
the
like
movie you're talking
it felt
about.
more like I was like having to put myself through it than enjoying watching it.
Right. One of those.
Like Rings of Power esque, yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Like,
I would say Lady
I
Bird.
don't ever like. I don't ever
Lady
like
Bird was a little more
work
enjoyable
all
than
day
that.
and then come home to watch something to where I feel like I'm punching in another clock that I have to sit an hour and move through.
Well, that was bad about World of Warcraft because it was like you're going back to work, but you're trying to play a video game and have fun. But you're back to work, mining, or skinning, or herbalism.
I for a long time I was
You gotta look up on the computer about what to do to like
I was
this
like
is the best thing you should do.
Chinese gold farmer or something, or you know, one of those delusional people who are gonna have like an account that you can sell for a bunch of money online.
Yeah, no, yeah, that stopped quick. I saw some funny reviews here. It could be a Cats level hot mess if they had more personality, but sadly, it commits worse than the movie's just bland. Wonka is mediocre. It tries to bring an element.
Fucked up shit.
Yeah, that was. This doesn't look as bad as Cats. Like that's.
I mean, that was one of the few things that it was so bad we just had to like stop.
Oh yeah. That was
most of the time we can like stomach it through even like down Periscope or
that was next level bad, man. Come on.
This was like just so obnoxious and awful that I just like after 30 minutes I couldn't really keep going. And then luckily we both were just like, yeah, you know what, like we're almost an hour in, fuck it, like I'm good.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. Like that's next level.
I think part of it is because it's a musical, you know.
Yeah, you got to be a fan. Well, I don't know. I know a lot of people who like the musical. They wouldn't have liked that. You know, like it was a liked musical. That was not good. You know, like there are some musicals where I've seen that have been okay. I'm trying to think of one I like. That might
Who's
take me some time.
the lobster guy in the live action reboot?
The lobster guy in the live action. What are you talking about?
Sebastian. Crab, not a lobster, a crab. Sebastian the Crab.
Oh, I think it was some black guy.
It was Dave Chappelle.
It was the guy from Police Academy. He does all the voices.
Arsenio Hall.
No. The guy from Police Academy and Spaceballs. This is gonna date me.
Did you ever see the Key and Peele clip with him and Jordan Peele going back at each other? One of them is him, and the other is that like Bobby Womack guy who does the "Don't Worry, Feel Happy" shit.
That sounds good though. I mean, I haven't seen it, but
no, I gotta say, like, Key
relevant.
and Peele had a lot of shit, like most
skit stuff,
sketch-based comedy, but some of their good stuff is really, really fucking good. And I have like a playlist that I'll go back to every now and then, and their shit's mixed in.
Yeah, no, they have good stuff. I mean, they have good stuff. They have bad stuff.
There's this one with
completely agree.
They're all like pitching ideas for superhero stuff, and then what's that guy? Fuck. The guy who like has a cameo and fucking everything.
I don't know. Drawing a blank. Cameo and everything. Who are you talking about? That guy from White Chicks? Guys and everything? Terry Crews?
Stan Lee.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You couldn't remember Stan Lee?
I was thinking about I was thinking the darker Stan Lee and Terry Crews.
Who's that?
Exactly. Camacho, the president, and what's that movie?
No, I mean, what does Terry Crews have to do with Stan Lee?
Same kind of guy, right? Same kind of cameo type guy, right? Same thing. It all goes together, right? Here, this was a funny quote here. I thought this was good. Timothy Chalamet's overly twee take on the Chocolate Tycoon will likely make audience look back fondly on Johnny Depp's poor Michael Jackson imitation in Tim Burton's remake from 2005. That's a bad score right there.
Oh shit, yeah. When I brought them up together, that's what I was thinking of. I forgot that Johnny Depp even played Wonka.
Yeah, he did, and he definitely, it did feel like it really did feel like a Michael Jackson thing, which is creepy.
Tim Burton should have made it like a horror movie where the grandfather and the kid don't burn down and they're just murdered at the top of a giant blade.
That's where they end.
And their blood splatters all over the facility, and it's like, okay, I guess everybody else, it's a chance to win now.
That sounds horrifying, yeah.
Well, I bet there is a Wonka horror movie, right? There's gotta be.
Not yet. There will be, man.
Evil Bong and Ginger Dead Man.
Well, there will be, because there was that Winnie the Pooh horror movie, but they had to wait until.
What's that?
It's called Blood and Honey. It's supposed to be really bad. I'm sure
that shit. Is it animated or
Blood and Honey? Here it is. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. This is because public domain. Winnie the Pooh is. Look at this, 3% on Rotten Tomatoes. Here's the trailer.
Do you want to see what the world is really like?
Yes.
Oh well, this is
Poor Deliciously funny and spectacularly entertaining.
A woman
is it though?
Close to freedom. Not
It's nonstop bonkers brilliance.
I love that.
Poor Things. Rated R.
Hey, go show that to your aunt on Christmas. Poor Things. See how she likes that.
Wait, what does that have to do with Winnie the Pooh?
Oh, it was a little opening trailer. It was an ad.
So special.
Because soon will be Christopher and Mary Rob. We should be close now.
We're not going to find them.
We will. Pooh, Piglet, Eeyore, we were friends for many years, and they're out there.
Christopher, we need to leave. Now.
I really need to find out what's happened there, okay?
It's like it looks like a shittier Blair Witch.
What do you expect? Yeah.
I don't know.
Nice shot.
Winnie the Pooh? I don't expect much.
I think this is really cheaply made.
This place is kind of cold. Did you say I have a pool? We need to go. There's Laura's there. There's someone else outside.
There's a Winnie the Pooh outside.
What was that?
We used to be friends. Why?
The person making this should have like spent all their money on one female character instead of all like going out to 5.
It's just, this is a cheap movie. This is like they wrote like a shitty slasher movie and then just put the fucking Winnie the Pooh thing in because they're like, oh, it's fucking, there's rights to it. The rights are up. You know, like that's, I mean, they're smart on that, but like that was the whole point.
Oh, I didn't know that. So it's like a free for all.
Technically, it's free for all, and yeah, I don't think Willy Wonka has hit the free for all yet. Probably pretty soon. That Charlie and Chocolate Factory will be public domain.
Yeah, I'd like.
I think it's like 100 years.
Wonka, where like the do you remember the sequence where they're in that boat and he's like saying all this weird shit while these fucking visuals? There should be a sequence where like it's almost like Clockwork Orange, you know, like their eyes are peeled back and they have like this fucked up reaction to it, and there's like vomiting.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you're right. I mean, I was looking this up. So it takes 95 years to get a copyright, and actually, Charlie and Chocolate Factory is only from 1964. So 2059 will be public domain. So yeah, a little bit longer than you think. But there's a lot of things, I guess, that'll be coming up. A lot of Disney things. I think the Snow White is probably public domain now. There's a couple things. I'm sure there's a 2024 list of public domain. I'm sure it exists.
Sweet. Do you notice how many commercials Michael Imperioli's in lately?
Who's that?
It's Christopher from the Sopranos.
Oh, I know. Yeah, no. I have noticed that. He's in a lot of shit.
He just needs some money. Like he must be in like a divorce or like some kind of settlement, because this motherfucker's like all of a sudden everywhere.
No, I guess so. Oh, here's another crazy.
Do you have any logs on Christopher Imperioli's financial situation?
No, I don't have that, but
I bet there's sites that like dedicate themselves to that kind of shit.
This is a big one. Mickey Mouse will be in the public domain in 2024.
Okay.
So that's really strange. They don't have a copyright on that? Or I guess just your copyright's just done after so long. That's kind of crazy. It's kind of weird. Charlie Chaplin stuff will be in public domain, so get ready for maybe some more of that. I don't know. Do you think silent movies are gonna make a comeback? Do you think Charlie Day's movie is gonna make a big splash?
Well, there was that one silent movie that won a bunch of fucking Oscars and shit. What was that? With the dog?
The Artist.
Yeah, what the fuck was that shit?
Again, that movie wasn't that bad either. I kind of liked it.
No, I'm not saying it was bad. I didn't see it, but like, why was that such a big fucking fad? You got to. I can only imagine there were like a bunch of other rip-off, spin-off fucking things that came because of that too.
No, I think it's this. It's like if you make a movie that like sucks off Hollywood, they'll fucking like La La Land, like anything that's sucking off Hollywood, they love. They'll nominate it to shit. Babylon, remember, got nominated last year. That movie apparently sucked. La La Land, The Artist, anything that is like
and the Babylon, the same director.
It's a tribute to old Hollywood. Anything that's like that, they love. It's a flash in the pan to old Hollywood. That kind of thing. They love it. That's what I think Charlie Day was trying to go for and didn't work out with his movie.
Yeah,
That's a weird movie, man. I don't know.
Saw
that, again,
and I just hope it'd be like okay for him, but
kind of stupid, man. Like
I had no interest in seeing it.
Like you should kind of know like your audience. Like he's worked on Always Sunny for so long. Like
I think he knows his audience, and he's at the point now where he just wants to do some other shit.
I guess you would think though it's like if you want, but here's the thing: it's like this is his first movie.
He's done shit like Always Sunny, which is those Horrible Boss movies.
Is it really like Always Sunny? I don't know. I think that was more him taking a role. That never felt.
No,
really
I feel like he's just playing Charlie in a movie than really expanding from his, normal type of shit when he would go and act. I feel like he's just doing the shit he would do on Always Sunny in that movie.
I guess. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, I feel good for the guy. I want him to have a career. I don't want like Always Sunny.
I like him
to like have new episodes because of that shit.
No, I like him as
have so many coffee towns and then kind of fuck.
Yeah, but again, I mean, that felt like an excuse
Probably
for a
had
friend.
Pacific
He's doing that
Rim.
for a friend or something.
He was a scientist in Pacific Rim, and then he had that Ice Cube movie, and he had
yeah, that's right.
Something else. I feel like there's something fucking else I'm forgetting about, but
Also, since we're a far right channel, I had to bring up some anti-trans stuff.
Well, that's what people say about us. It's not like our goal.
Yeah, it's really
I mean,
I feel like if we were further right, we'd get some
complex stuff where it's like you kind of self-evaluate. It's like, what the fuck am I saying all the time that people think that?
Yeah, I mean, here's something. This is a trans.
I mean, I just don't
TikToker.
like shitty Disney movies.
Yeah,
that's it. So
I really just want there to be
shitty Disney movies where they happen to have plot points that I guess are adjacent to that political stance. I'm not trying to really go against any of that. So I'm just saying, like, I just want movies to be better in general. That's all.
You sure about that?
You sure about that? You sure about that? That's why? You sure it wasn't because after the thing that happened to me, no one could look at me without dying laughing? You sure about that? You sure about that's not why?
It's okay to be
Sure
right
about
wing.
what?
Just be real about it. Dan Cass is saying that. But it's okay to be right wing. Yeah, I don't think we're right wing.
I mean, it's just
I don't think I like any political
it's just
side.
like people keep like putting that
I kind of
shit
hate both sides.
on what I'm saying. I've never like voted in my life or had any affiliations, so I guess it's.
I've always voted for a third party.
Becoming like subconscious or something. I've never voted and I never will. I don't want to stand in line with a bunch of mouth breathers for some irrelevant bullshit. It's not.
I've always voted for third party just because I don't want to. I mean, I won't really like. I won't ever vote for the two-party system in my life. I just won't do it.
I mean, Dan, like, what is it about what's going on that makes you say that? Like, I don't know. Are there certain?
But I've always every time I've done it, there's always these people that I'd be like, this is why they lost. This is why Hillary lost because you voted for the Green Party. Like I've gotten that.
Well,
like, what the fuck?
My
you think it's because I fucking voted for the Green Party?
Well, yeah, I got blamed for Trump not winning again because I didn't vote, and I was like, I told him like I'm never gonna fucking vote. Like don't
oh yeah, I didn't vote for that.
Don't even like acknowledge me
these
as a person that's living in this country. I don't give a shit, you know.
I mean, I'm like, I don't know, like I don't think Biden is like. I think Biden's just a puppet. Like these Trumpers try to act like he's like this evil demon. I don't really think that's the case. But then I don't really also think Trump's that bad either. But I wouldn't ever vote for either of them. You know, I don't think there's some things Trump says that aren't bad, but
like these people aren't doing anything.
So polarizing, you know, and like he is a douche. So it's like
none of these people do anything. They're just there to like either make fun of or love or you know, it's just like some idol to worship it.
Dude, it's this, man.
If you think like these assholes are doing anything, you're out of your mind. Like they're just there to take the blame or whatever praise that's going on, while a bunch of assholes that funded it are really doing everything.
Think of our sigil, man, the American Eagle, and then there's two wings. There's two wings of our political party, the right and the left, but they're both part of the same bird. So that's how I feel. It's all the same shit.
Well, the problem is there's no like third. If you have three,
no, there should be. Dude, there should be five. Like there should be 5, 6. Shouldn't be 2. It's like that's it. That's how you know this is all like set up. You got two choices to act like you have a.
There would be at least a third that would dilute everything and make it more ambiguous.
Yeah, it's just obvious, like hoodwinked kind of.
I guess for a little bit, the Green Party was.
Yeah, but it never like they never had anyone in. I don't think that the Green Party has ever had anyone in like a political position. Even I'm saying Congress or something. I don't think they ever have. Like Ralph Nader never had a political position.
I say like scapegoat. You know, it's really just for
scapegoat or like praise person. You know,
yeah, you know, fuck that guy or like that guy's
the quarterback. It's the quarterback.
Really it's really just a fucking person to
It's the
focus
quarterback
your on instead of all the other people that fund it and are really controlling the person that you're either for or against. That's
who's
the whole
going to
point.
quarterback next year's
It's a distraction
country?
tactic. You know,
Is Daniel
from
Jones
all
going to
the
quarterback next year's team?
people funding and lobbying against whatever the fuck you think's bad or good, all that bullshit. It's just,
is it going to be Daniel Jones quarterbacking, or is it going to be Kirk Cousins? You know what I mean, that's basically what we got.
I don't give a shit as a quarterback.
Trans TikToker bullies pizza guy over misgendering. I mean, this is one of those things. By the way, I hate this fucking guy. So I saw this article, but I hate this guy, Steven Crowder. He's a huge douchebag. This is a typical right wing douche. I mean, you're going to talk about right wing douche. You could see Steven Crowder. You can go to that.
What? This is the guy who wrote it.
He's just a podcaster kind of guy. He's typical douche. I mean, again, I don't agree with anything he says, or definitely a big douchebag. Yeah, but this video is just kind of stupid. And again, I'll have to preface this. I think this Libs of TikTok Twitter handle is a big, like, they love to like get on the nerves of right-wing people, and it's easy to do it. And they make it seem like, you know, again, like these people that are like this is like 0.5% of America, but they like to make it seem like these people are around you everywhere, you know. But it is a little bit of an annoying video. Watch this.
You gotta look like a girl. You gotta look like a girl. You don't? Do I look like a boy or a girl?
I am?
Me.
I think you're a boy.
No, I'm a girl.
Okay.
Okay. What think you look like?
Sorry.
No. Just ugly.
Okay.
Wanna help me out with this nice pizza? Here, you could actually have my pizza. Do you like those?
Yes.
He's so mean, I'm not eating his pizza, so you should have it.
Oh, yeah?
Fuck him. You enjoy your pizza.
Thank you.
Bye. Look at him, he's so mean. Do I look like a boy or girl? He's telling me I'm a man. Come on. It doesn't take rocket science. Come on, man. He thinks it's funny. Right? It doesn't take rocket science to figure it out. No. Thank you. Enjoy your pizza. Bye. Bye. I'm just telling you, you have to be more respectful.
Yeah, you are dumb.
You're not
You
embarrassed.
have to be more respectful. She's telling you him.
And rude.
I am not good English.
I don't buy that for a minute. I think you speak English just fine, my love. Because you understood every other sentence we had.
Great.
Okay, bye. Educate yourself.
You know, on the pizza.
What?
You know,
I would never eat your pizza. In a million years, you're so rude. How are you going to tell me I'm a man in a purse and long hair and nails? You can't figure that out for yourself? Fucking asking, well, what are your pronouns? What do you think my fucking pronouns are? Take a fucking guess.
This is the crazy part is I thought you're not supposed to say. I thought you're supposed to not pronounce someone. You know, like, this is where it's like, I thought you would be like, I don't fucking know. They might have some weird one where it's like, I don't want to offend you, so I would never tell you what I thought. You know, like, this is like a loaded question by someone like this. You could never know what they actually want you to say.
Well, what are your pronouns? What do you think my fucking pronouns are? Take a fucking guess. Take a guess. Well, what were the pronouns of the guy in the pizza shop?
I think it was a dude in the pizza shop. I think it was a foreign dude who was very, very confused. I feel bad for that guy. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure he knew English better than he said he did, but I think he was very confused at this person. I think this person's very confused as well. It's also funny how these people are very, like, this is a bully to me. This trans person. She's bullying this guy a little bit, which is, you know, these are the people who claim to be bullied all the time, and I'm sure they are. But it's just it's ironic right there how you're the bullied class on paper, but then you're going to bully some foreign people. And it's like, you're going after this guy? You know, like, take a little hint. Like, maybe not everyone knows all this social stuff. You know, maybe this guy's just trying to sell some pizza and make $5 an hour under the table. This is where we live. Yeah, and I saw some. This is exactly how I felt. This one guy here says, "Take a guess." This is how I was saying. It's like, take a guess. I thought we're not supposed to take a guess. Which is it? You know, like I can't fucking tell. I thought you're supposed to be like, I don't know what your pronoun is. You let me know. You know, I don't know. That's why it's just I don't do pronouns. Make sure you get someone's first name. So you just call them by their first name. And anyone like this, you call them by their first name. Yeah, what are you saying about Crowder here? Dan Cast. Yeah, Crowder isn't a douche. No dick in the pants pussy. Yeah, he is a pussy. I mean, I've actually only seen a little bit of his stuff, and I'm always just like, this guy's a douchebag. I mean, there's a lot of like that other guy, Ben Shapiro. He's a huge douchebag. But again, there are some people I think on the right side that are kind of spot on sometimes. I know like everyone's trying to like paint Elon Musk as this big fucking villain. I don't really see that. I think he seems all right. He actually seems kind of regular. I think I don't know. I kind of like that he said "fuck you" to the advertisers not wanting to. I was fine with that. But it's like,
a facade. Are you kidding me, man? Don't fall for that bullshit.
I don't mind. I mean, I don't mind Elon Musk. I'm saying like these other far right people are a little nuts. I don't like that Shapiro guy. Like that Shapiro guy's like fucking flipping out about Israel. You know, like it's just like a fucking flip out. You know, I don't know. I think both sides on that shit are not right. You know, it's like,
what's going on?
I don't support
I get like the runoff basic bitch Twitter crap that I'm not even trying to look at stuff. That's the extent of my actual news.
It's just a trap. No matter what you say in that whole situation, it's a trap. That's all it is. It's like a trap. You can't say the right thing because there is no right answer. That's.
I mean, I'm just glad I'm not working at the place I was at because it's like a family juice with some Muslim woman working inside of it. I don't need to be in the fly on the wall for that conversation every fucking day.
Yeah, and I have some friends that are like crazy about Israel, and it's just like I don't know. I think it's just they absolutely can't see the other side, and it's like I can see both sides, and I think they're both kind of dumb. I think the whole thing is kind of an obvious kind of plot. Like the difference obvious war machine plot, like, but they don't want to see it.
It's like the difference between a tag bro who you just like blindly love everything your franchise does no matter what.
Yeah, it's that.
And then the critical, you know, they might suck for a year or two now, but it's going to pay off in the end. You got to just deal with it and, you know, live with the rebuild instead of being some obnoxious blind homer who praises every fucking thing they ever do, no matter what.
Yeah, and I do agree with you, Dan.
Like laundry tag bros are the worst.
I mean, Israel did commit a lot of war crimes, but then also Hamas is a terrorist. So it's like, I mean, I get both sides.
Like, no matter
it's
what,
like there's no right situation here. So it's like,
you think about it this way too. It's like no
minus
matter
itself
what
out.
You're getting as far as like information, you don't know what is being.
Oh no, you don't at all.
Certain reasons, you don't know what's being held or not shown. You don't know anything. You're just like a idiot suckling on the pig of whatever you fucking get. That's it. Like,
yeah, I mean, I'm not going to take a side on either of these situations, but you know, Russia claimed that there was Ukrainian terrorist attacks on the border, so that's why they went into Ukraine. Now, Israel claimed, which I guess we saw too, that there was terrorist attacks from Hamas on their border, so that's why they went into Palestine. So it's like essentially the same thing, but the media will make one a hero and one the enemy. Russia is the enemy and Israel is the hero. So it's like, really, are they doing anything different? I don't know.
No, it's just like how you're going to get manipulated.
Different wording, and then again, the war machine keeps going. We can get to sell our arms. That's another big thing. Is that's also where you realize the Democrats and the Republicans are all in the same. It's all the same bird, because they're all for that war machine, no matter how you spin it. especially that Ukraine thing. It was like all the Democrats were like, "Oh yeah, we got to fucking go against Putin because he's the guy
Well, I
who's
think it's just
friends with Trump."
It's another avenue for money that people don't really know what's getting sent to, that they somehow get siphoned off. That's why they want to keep going and growing.
And I mean, it is a big. If you look at our, like, what we actually sell in America, that's a big part of it. The weapons and the weapons technology. It's a big part of what we do.
Yeah, that's why you have the whole fucking Iron Man series. Isn't that just like
for pharmaceuticals too? Like that's our big thing too. And look at what happened in. Yeah, I'm not going to get into that. Yeah, we got a lot of pharmaceuticals.
We gotta be careful on what we say because YouTube will shut this shit down real fast. But it's frustrating because it's not like when you sign up for an account, they give you some
America
legal document to sign with a bunch of terms and things you can't say. You know, like you just find out, the stream got taken down for some reason a couple days later. You know, it's like so fucked.
Yeah, Dan Cass.
They make it so difficult for anybody to try and create.
Oh yeah, just to try to make anything. Yeah. America exports culture and corn. We also export porn. Got a lot of that. Got a lot of that. Got a lot of amateur porn.
You know,
I think a lot of culture though these days, like innovative culture, is coming from Korea and Japan. That's what I'm gonna say.
Well, I was gonna say this. Like, I've noticed most advancements with technology usually stem from porn.
Yeah, they do. Like DVDs, Blu-rays was the.
I was gonna say more like the internet as far as.
Well, I know this
aspect ratio of videos you can get,
right?
And I don't mean like.
No, it all came standard.
I feel like most people don't realize like we have YouTube because of the advancements the porn industry made initially on its inception online. Because people are probably complaining for memberships that the aspect ratios and video quality were so fucking low. So then they found ways to keep upgrading it and then go from like 3040 to 4050 to 720 to 1000, and now we're like 3D level 4K shit, you know? That's all from that.
Yeah. No, and also, I mean, this is a real life example. At one point, there was HD DVD, which was the successor to DVD, and then there was Blu-ray. And the porn industry chose Blu-ray, and that's what became a standard. And that's basically the reason why. You can look it up. Like, that's why HD DVD didn't take off. Because they're literally the same thing. It's just the same aspect ratio, same quality.
Did you ever see Laserdisc stuff?
Yeah, I mean, we had some Spanish classes that had Laserdisc. They would show us Laserdisc. It was very rare that we'd get those.
I've never come into contact with Laserdisc or...
You have. I've been in a class where you've had Laserdisc. You didn't even know it. Middle school, they had Laserdisc.
What was that early form of CDs? 8-tracks. Like it looked like a Nintendo cartridge that you would plug into.
Yeah, I mean, I had an uncle who had an 8-track player and shit, so I remember seeing those. I mean, I had Beta. I had an aunt who had Beta. Beta was the better VHS. I remember Beta. Beta was way better. Beta was good, and then Laserdisc was good. VHS took over because it was cheaper. That's basically what happened. That's another thing. Is like, I think that also could be a porn thing. I think porn chose VHS over Beta, and that's why Beta's gone. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, government gets new text, and it goes to porn.
Can you explain your logo? The New Jersey state with the blue thing on it. What's that?
I think it's from New Jersey. I think that's it.
No, I know, but there's like
I think he's explained it a few times.
Oh, I've asked that before already.
I think you have. I'm pretty sure you have.
Well, Alzheimer's is a genetic thing
Starts
that runs
early.
in my family. So the fact that I've freebased, what was that? Like resin balls, and
his brother is a state trooper. Okay, that's cool. Nice.
Did he give you
it's really hard to be a state trooper
thing to put on your car in case you get pulled over?
I hope so. I know apparently it's like pretty difficult to get to like past. I don't know, to get into the state troopers in Jersey. I think it's pretty difficult. It's not like a local town cop. bumbling fuck kind of thing. I think it's actually like a decent position there. You get that really good.
Have you seen The Departed, Dan? Cast?
I wouldn't want to. I have to say this. I wouldn't want to work as a police officer. No way.
Depends on where you're at. Like if you're in Millstone, you're just chilling
state
out
trooper
all day.
State trooper, you're everywhere.
Around. But if you're
everywhere.
in like fucking, New Brunswick or like some shit in Trenton or some horrible fucking area, then every day is like a war zone.
You're probably honestly, as state trooper, you're probably mostly in those areas. That's what you got to realize.
Dan, do you remember the Anthony Anderson part?
Yeah, being a cop is easy, sure. I don't know. What was I gonna say here? Oh, the black guy, he says. Whoa. Kind of channel you think we're running there? African American guy? I have to say, I don't ever say that. I always feel weird when someone says African American in public. I feel like someone's like, what? It's like, I feel like, is someone behind me? Like when everyone says that, it's like, is someone behind me? That's like with a camera?
I get confused. Is it
I always get like
or is it Afro? Because I've heard Afro American and I've heard African.
No, I just feel like it's really weird. Like, do they want to be called African American? I don't think they do.
No, because you're just like separating.
I think it's just white people that like,
else. It's like
it's yeah, exactly.
It like be somebody come up to me and say like, "Hello, Italian American guy," or Irish guy or Polish guy. I don't give a shit about any of the nationalities I'm connected to at all, really.
No joke. Whenever someone says it, I totally feel like, am I on camera? Is someone behind me with a camera? Like, why is someone saying this? That's always how I feel. Like, it's like, is this a fucking, is this a put up? Yeah. They do not. I mean, think about this. Like, would you mind being called a white guy? I mean, are we white? No. But would I care being called a white guy? No. So it's like the same thing I'm sure goes with them. Like they're just a fucking guy. You put on some labels, I don't think it really matters, but calling them African American is crazy. Yeah, you don't ever say like that Italian American guy over there.
I mean, I've been called a Dago before at when I worked the kosher deli at Wegmans in Manalapan, which is like Jerusalem of Freehold.
Yeah, who's to say that these Jewish people aren't so uptight? Yeah, I've never been.
And they wanted fucking free samples for days, and eventually I got to cut these motherfuckers off. We got a line going.
Although it's funny. I mean, I guess maybe we're from New Jersey, but I look at Italian people as white people completely. Yeah, I don't see. Maybe it is because we're from here, but I've never thought of an Italian person as not a white.
person. You never seen that Dennis Hopper sequence from True Romance?
No, I mean I know all the stuff, and I know all how they were treated in the past, but like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really get it. They look white to me. I don't know. I don't really see the. I mean. Yeah, I can. I mean, you never call someone a Latino American. You ever heard that? A Spanish American?
Latin American?
Yeah, I guess Latin American. Have you ever heard someone?
Yeah, I've heard
I guess
that
they call
before
them
in
that.
baseball.
Yeah, I guess So I guess you now you say that. Yeah.
What you said? What did you say? You said Latina American.
Latino American.
Oh, no, it's usually Latin.
They're
With
from the old
A.
Yeah, they're from the old Latin countries. They're speaking
instead of Latin. Yeah.
From the Roman Empire. Those Latins.
Right.
Yeah. That's another funny thing there. Latin. Where'd they get that from? Why are they? Shouldn't you Italians be called Latins? Right?
I don't know.
Right? Am I right on that? Am I crazy?
Did you take French, Latin, or Spanish?
I took Spanish and Latin. I never took French. I'm an American. Never. I wouldn't do that. That's like halfway to a betrayal of your country, right?
Do you remember any of it?
Yeah, I mean, actually, Latin comes up a good bit in, when you see a lot of legal terms, or if you see like anything with medicine, Latin still comes up a good bit. It's just not used like it's not used like Spanish. Spanish comes up obviously a lot more, but Latin does make its way into culture. That's still kind of used. I mean, if I say some Latin words, you'll know what they are. Like, what's an obvious one?
Nosferatu.
Like an addendum. Have you heard of that? Addendum, like an addition. You probably heard that. Have you heard affidavit? Affidavit is a sworn statement. Like
these are legal terms.
Yeah, like a lot of that stuff, kind of bona fide. You've heard bona fide.
So is Latin and legal?
It's just I think a lot of I don't know why a lot of legal terms use Latin. I'm not really particularly
there's
sure
a reason
about
for
that.
it. It's because they want to use terminology that people.
I feel like
don't
it's probably
understand
to
that
tell you the
are
truth, I think there's
involved
something
in the
that's.
cases, and then they fuck them over because they're.
I'm going to say this. I think it's
they're all
something
like
that's.
speaking this secret language, and everyone else is like getting taken advantage of.
I think it's because of religion. I think it's because the Latin culture, like the Roman Latin, all that stuff has been tied to religion, and how the court system is tied to religion. There's a lot of stuff where it's like you're held under God, like it's still tied to that. That's why I think it kind of still comes from that.
State-based, I think.
Or how about this? A caveat. Caveat is Latin. Like, I mean, there's so many things. Corpus, like anything corpus, body of whatever. Corpus juris, body of the jury, like it's almost like every single court term you could think of is usually has like an origin in Latin there. I guess Romans invented law. That could be the case. Kind of kept up with that. And how about this innuendo? That's a Latin term. There's a lot of terms like that still exist that are Latin technically. Modus operandi. Probably heard that one. Per capita. There's a lot of things that kind of come up. You do with or how pro bono for good. Like there's a lot of things that come up.
These are a lot of
kind of common terms.
Terminology.
I think ratio is just that in general term. Rationale. Like these are all prefixes and additions from English that have come from Latin. Vice versa. Versa is the way, like all that stuff. There's a lot of stuff like that. I remember learning this in Latin, like being like, oh yeah, there's a lot of this. And then if you look at like any medical, and I guess this also comes from, there's a lot of medicine that
like if you're gonna bring this up to Dave, he probably spout off tons of scientific vocabulary that's in a similar vein.
Yeah, I mean, I think it also is like, I would say again, also Greek comes, like Greek is probably the first of it too. It's like Greek and Latin are both like
To me, it represents like if you're in a certain field, there's almost like an entire language that you need to learn to work within it. Like there's certain
I think
terms
it's
and
somewhat,
things that you just have to know.
Yeah. I mean, it was. I have to say, I liked learning Latin. It was more interesting than the other ones. Maybe because it wasn't like such a spoken thing. It was more like a.
Well, you're a racist.
Vocabulary, yeah, and more of that too. I guess that I don't like those old wetbacks.
Or a linguist
coming over here, not bringing their best.
A linguist would be like somebody who knows.
They ain't bringing their best. They're bringing murderers and rapists. That's what I've heard. Build that wall. Lock her up. Remember that? Funny how he didn't lock her up, huh? When did you think he was going to lock her up? I could have swore he was going to lock her up, right? He seemed to be pretty soft on her after he won. That's the funny thing is, like, these like Trump people don't realize how they're so deceived. You know, like, he didn't do anything that he was going to say he was going to do. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
You know, like, none of it.
I really don't want to get involved.
I just think it's, I think he's very he gets very praised for not doing a whole lot. And then, like, yeah, she could have had him erased the same way she did.
None of them do anything. Like, it's
no
stupid to think that, like, they're
no. It's also funny how his followers
really important decisions at all. It's more than one person.
Here's also the crazy thing that, like, his followers are so anti the Jackson 5 shots, and he's the one who came up. Yeah, he's the one who came up with the Jackson 5 shots.
You gotta be careful because I don't know how many strikes we have left.
Well, I'm saying the Jackson 5, so it's kind of clear what I'm saying, but he came up with the Jackson 5 and he touted the Jackson 5. He was hyping up the Jackson 5.
Well, because it was his version.
It was his Jackson 5. Yeah, it was the one with not Tito. Tito was gone at that point. You know what I mean? It was no Jermaine. It was the Trump was in. No Jermaine.
Well, now you're getting confusing because I don't know when you start doing that. I don't know, like, what kind of reference you're making.
Jermaine was out at this point. Donald was in. Jackson 5 was out in the market, touting it like it was his. But then, as soon as his people didn't like it, he turned on the Jackson 5 like it was the edition with Randy in it, like it was Randy Jackson in there.
Okay.
Do you know Randy Jackson, the lesser brother of the Jackson 5, the last member?
I thought he was the I thought Randy Jackson was the American Idol guy who played bass.
Different Randy Jackson. I think it's a common name.
You're like all over the place, man. You gotta
reel it in. Well, here's a clip to reel this in.
Yeah, reel it in.
This is kind of what we're talking about. This sums everything up.
Well, first of all, look, I think it's just a reality that we're held to a higher, different double standard. And it gets a little old, to be honest, but you just forge ahead. Don't let all these wonderful, beautiful young women who are here, don't get discouraged. Don't give in. Don't give up. Don't quit on yourself, on your dreams, on your future. Vote for me because I'm a woman, but I think if you vote for somebody on the merits, one of my merits is I'm a woman, and I think that makes a big difference in today's world. But
Exactly, right? It kind of sums it up. The
What do you think
demon's
about that,
gone.
Dan? Am
Have
I
you seen
getting
this
dog
one?
mud?
It's a brilliant clip right there. Paul McCartney is a famous woman. Well, that's the fake. You got to realize this also. That's not really Paul. That's the fake Paul. Paul's been dead since 1966.
That's Cheryl.
Yeah, that's the fake Paul. That's Harry Shearers. You can look that up. That's pretty documented.
Or what's the McCartney wife?
Linda Carter.
Linda,
something?
yeah, the one-legged motherfucker.
why that Hillary Clinton is a badass. How is your mom a badass? Oh, well. It was great. It was.
Stupid shit.
Here's the big question. How do they handle the haters? Once a mother, always a mother.
It's Sino, man. You motherfucker.
Well, yeah, you know what's the funny part about that is there's a serious there's a serious
Dan,
note to that
are
video.
you
by the way.
indoctrinated yet? Let us know like when when you're ready to go.
Yeah, this will do it. But there's a serious note to that. All those people, a lot of those people I showed that were actually dead have been claimed, like they're claimed to be killed off by the Clintons. So there's like at least 6 of those people are claimed to be like they all committed suicide, but they knew it. So it's like there's a weird connection to Hillary where there's some suicides.
That's not even counting Epstein, is it?
No, exactly. That's not even counting Epstein. Like, I mean, we're talking many. I think it's like 15
Dan,
people.
what do you think happened to Epstein? Do you think like the surveillance footage just went out for a couple of minutes and it happened to?
Yeah, I don't think anyone actually believes. It's funny.
You know,
I think
you've
it's
been around
one of those-
cameras. Every now and then they just short out all of a sudden.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's funny how I think like kind of like the Kennedy thing. I don't think anyone really buys the story with Kennedy or buys the story with.
I know, but it's almost
that
like
crazy
more
too?
memeable to where you don't take it seriously whatsoever.
I mean, that's like.
It's just a
I mean,
big
that people.
fucking joke.
I mean, people like to shit all over conspiracy theories and shit, but like we had a fucking president who got killed, and the explanation is like fucking dog shit. You know, like it's like retarded. You know, like it's no way. No,
But that goes
it's like
like
no, it doesn't make any logical sense, and that is everyone's okay with that. You know, it's like that's where it's like I know there's some crazy shit, conspiracies. I know Pizzagate sounds crazy, but believe me, there is definitely a pedophile ring in every city. I mean, it might not be Joe Biden fucking behind closed doors, but I'm sure there's a pedophile like situation going on everywhere.
I mean,
I've seen your
one of the
laptop.
first
of
Biden
it.
things that I ever came across was this whole compilation of him sniffing.
Yeah,
children
and
kissing
he's a
them.
fucking weirdo, but I don't know. I don't think there's a lot on him. I think they would just like try to get anything they could on him. That's like I think
Well, that's
Biden's
the
just kind of like
issue.
a
It's
wet
like,
noodle.
Are you it's almost like filing a lawsuit that doesn't really have grounds for conviction, you know?
Yeah, and again,
But
he's like exactly and
kind of bullshit that, you know,
and
maybe
playing into
makes
this.
them look bad, but they never actually did anything to really
Yeah, and also like
themselves.
what Dan's saying here, like old men are creepy. Yeah, like playing into that is
Right,
easy.
yeah. I mean,
How
I
about
don't need a
Trump?
compilation
He's
of
fucking creepy
clips and all
too.
that.
I mean, how about the fact that both our likely candidates are going to be over, I think over 77, both of them. Like they're going to be near 80. And that's going to be our candidates. Like, is that fucking like, how do they represent the country? Like, what's the
Didn't you
average
see
age?
those clips of that turtle guy who was in the Senate freezing up over and over again?
Oh, Biden's 81. But what's Trump? Is Trump what?
No,
what's
I'm
Trump
talking
now?
about this other guy with
Trump's 77. It's a little better. But still, the average age of America is 38. 38 is our average age. So, like, think about it like that. If our average age is 38,
No, I mean,
Biden's 81.
really, if I'm going to have somebody in office, I want them to be borderline senile, shitting their pants, and possibly have Alzheimer's. That's the candidate I want.
Yeah.
I want somebody who can barely remember their address, let alone.
I guess so. I mean, you could see that. I mean, that's the thing is there's been some clips that like you can tell are not like doctored about Biden. He's definitely out there. I mean, Biden's just obviously like, you know, talk about a puppet. Like, I mean, we've had puppet presidents. We've had George Bush. He was obviously a puppet president. We've had Ronald Reagan. They even said like Ronald Reagan, his last year could have been like really demented out, like dementia, and you know, he wasn't with it either. So we've had that. Like, again, I don't like they're the quarterback. Exactly what we were talking about earlier. They're the quarterback, but there's a whole team behind them. You don't see the team, but that's
Yeah, and we're stuck
going on
with
there.
like fucking Zach Wilson or some shit.
Yeah, you know what's funny? That's exactly what we have. We have like a Zach Wilson, Russell Wilson, a Zach or Russell Wilson
no.
choice.
You know what we have?
I
We
mean-
have Flacco right now.
No, yeah, exactly. We have like a Flacco. We have an old exactly. We have a Flacco. That's a good.
We wanted Zach Wilson, but Zach Wilson is an idiot and he can't function.
Yeah, that would
So
be
now we're
like
left with Flacco.
That'd be like an AOC or something. But then also, it's like, like...
Well, you can't say AOC because AOC is the Raiders quarterback right now, Aiden O'Connell.
I mean, this is also a thing with...
Your AOC is that female politician.
I mean, all right, so this is the first time I really
and I guess
noticed
there's a lot of people
There's
who,
2 times I've really noticed.
really overly sexualize her, and I don't find her that attractive at all.
I think she's all right, but she's nothing special. I think it's just that
She's okay,
you're
but
around
there's,
all
like,
these...
entire Reddit.
No, I think it's just you're around all these people that are like so unattractive that she stands out. That's all it is.
Yeah. Well,
you're around
age-wise,
fucking Elizabeth
too.
Warrens, and fucking
She's
Hillary
like
Clintons that look like they're like
20
the
years
near dead
younger than half
Dumbledores.
the building, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like when you're looking like near dead Dumbledore, and then you have AOC come in. Yeah, I get it. But yeah, the first time I ever noticed this was Bill Clinton and Newt Gingrich. They were laughing it up in the background of a TV thing. These guys are the sworn enemies of each other, but they're laughing it up, shaking hands, fucking probably drinking Long Island iced teas. That was the first time I saw this where I was like, oh yeah, this is the fucking, bullshit. This is the two wings of one fucking bird. And then recently it was AOC and Matt Getz. These are like sworn rivals. Like they've talked so much shit against each other. And then you could see a footage of them like laughing it up together. Almost looking like he's trying to like hit on her. Like it was like shocking. This is the guy who like talks so much shit on her, and then like he's talking to her like, yeah. It shows you how it's just like such bullshit, man. Like it's such bullshit. It's all an act. But by the way, there's a great clip of Alex Stein. He's a funny guy. Have you seen his stuff, Alex Stein?
No, I know Ben Stein.
Let me see if I can find Alex Stein. He called her like a big booty Latina to her face. He said like my favorite big booty Latina. I think it's a brilliant clip. Let's play this. This is a brilliant clip. Good old Alex Stein.
Brilliant. Okay.
My favorite booty Latina. I love you, AOC. You're my favorite. She wants to kill babies, but she's still beautiful. You look very beautiful in that dress. You look very sexy. Look at that booty on AOC. That's my favorite big booty Latina. I love it. My favorite AOC. Nice to meet you, AOC. Look how sexy she looks in that dress. Woo, I love it, AOC. Hot, hot, hot like a tamale.
Shit. I mean,
oof.
She actually does look pretty built.
No, I mean, I think she's attractive. I don't. I mean,
I
she's
don't know.
not. Like,
I've never really
not
looked
stunning,
at her face, but
she's got a good body going on there.
I mean, she's got my vote.
And this is true. These people work 2 days a month.
If I'm like some senile
they don't really work.
Motherfucker with a barely functioning dick, and that shows up, click.
Yeah. No, yeah, she's
They work 2 days a month.
No, it's true. They really don't work. This is actually accurate. This is really accurate.
What do you think they do on those 2 days?
They go into a fucking place. That's all they do. Is they really even those days they don't do anything.
Given the people 24-hour experience you think that they have, because
I'll tell you this. I'll show you this. The people that we can see it in that clip, the people that work are like. The people that work are all the people like around her. Like that's the only ones that are actually working. Like I'll show you right here. Right here. The people that are actually working are like the people that are you'll see there's like 8 people around her. They're the only people that probably actually work.
My favorite big booty Latina. I love you, AOC. You're my favorite.
Some guy with a dog.
She wants to kill babies, but she's still beautiful. You look very beautiful in that dress. You look very sexy. Look at that booty on AOC. That's my favorite big booty.
That's where you can tell she got pissed off. That's
She's got some big titties.
No, she does. I mean, yeah, she does.
Unless they're getting like padded out or something.
I don't think so, man. Why would she do that going into Congress there?
Tina. I love it. My favorite.
That was her passive aggressive thing, but actually turned out to prove his point better. That's the best part about that. But we all know that these people are vampires.
She's pulling the dress up so you can get a little more of her ass.
Could have been that. Maybe that could have been the point. But these people are vampires.
Dan, does does AOC do anything for you? Or you're more of a Hillary?
So, make sure I'm alive.
No.
Back in October, the National Enquirer said I would be dead in 6 months. Can you open the door?
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
You should have like scared fucking.
Yeah. I have to say, this is one of those things that like I'm very proud of made. Oh, they're hilarious. These are hilarious clips.
Well, if you look at the comments, like people are
people like it.
No, it's not. They're not even talking about the video. They're like so.
Oh, they're anti-Hillary. Yeah.
It's not even that. They're like interacting with each other in the post. It's like, wow, you gave these motherfuckers a platform to interact with. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess so.
Boy, we have 63 days to go.
Remember this guy, Tim Kaine? Remember this like little fucking milk
Yeah,
toast?
he was the woo guy.
No, that was Howard Dean. Howard Dean, you're joking. Yeah, man. You went back. Holy shit. That's funny. That's still in my mind. Howard Dean.
They sound like the same person.
Pretty much. That's like he's the Howard Dean of the Democrats. Oh, I guess he's gone
Kaine?
now.
I mean,
man.
what the fuck is this, Superman?
He's gone now. You don't ever hear about fucking Tim Kaine ever again. Like that was her running mate. Like that is also kind of crazy. Like that's so stupid.
We don't hear about Dean Cain anymore.
No.
Or Terry Hatcher.
Yeah, but this is so true. Howard Dean was the front runner for the Republicans, and then because he made that little scream thing, everyone thought he was like a douche. Everyone's like, "Oh, look at this little fucking douche."
I don't know if they thought he was a douche as much as they thought he was like a
that was it.
person.
And then they ran who they ran? They ran Mitt Romney over Howard Dean, and then Mitt Romney got run over like a fucking truck by Obama. Here you go. Here's the doom moment of Howard Dean. Let's see this. This is what did him in. This is 2004.
You know something?
Woo! He did the Ric Flair shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
You had told us one year
He went too
ago
Ric
that
Flair.
you were going to come in third in Iowa.
He went
Too nature
full
boy.
retard.
Yeah, too much nature
You know
boy.
something? You know something? Not only are we going to New Hampshire, Tom Harkin, we're going to South Carolina and Oklahoma and Arizona and North Dakota and New Mexico. We're going to California and Texas and New York. And we're going to South Dakota and Oregon and Washington and Michigan. And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House.
It's like a
Oh my
wrestling
God.
promo.
Dude, it's so wrestling. That I never realized how wrestling that was. That was oh yeah, fly with the Eagles kind of thing. There's some
I
Randy
don't think
Savage
that's
shit.
why he failed, though. There's probably other shit going on. Like, if that's enough to ruin your shit, then you really shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Oh yeah. I mean, here's another clip of Howard Dean right here. This is Howard Dean, 1989.
Hulk Hogan, yeah. You say you don't know where the Macho Man is coming from? You're right. You don't know anything about the Macho Man, Randy Savage, and where I'm coming from.
Dude, he looks like Riff Raff. Just realize that.
Well, Riff Raff looks like him.
Riff Raff's trying to look like Macho Man.
Yeah, you gotta. Well, don't you
didn't
remember
realize
Riff
that.
Raff went on this like weird steroid type of binge?
Yes, I
thing?
mean, like when Riff Raff got big, he looked like Randy Savage. Really did.
Because it's mind-boggling to you, yeah. How one man could make to the top of the World Wrestling Federation mountain, yeah, all by myself.
Oh man, this is a big amount of cocaine going on here.
No pukesters helping me to the left, and no pukesters helping me to the right. Didn't need them then, don't need them now. And another person I don't need is Elizabeth either, yeah. Because I'm the champion by myself.
R.I.P.
All
Miss
by
Elizabeth.
myself.
R.I.P. Randy Savage.
You
Yeah.
know where I'm coming from,
Both are dead.
Hogan. This Sunday afternoon.
You've been called a pukester?
But I know where you're coming
Pukester?
from.
I never liked Hulk Hogan. I never liked Hulk Hogan. Never a fan, even as a kid.
No,
Kind of thought he sucked.
pukester.
Yeah, that's I guess he's making fun of the Hulksters. The Hulksters. Calling them pukesters.
Oh wow!
That's his little
I didn't
comment
put
there.
that together.
Yeah. Never liked Hulk.
Yeah, I know everything about Hulk Hogan, yeah. I know what makes you tick. Yeah, and you've got the audacity,
He's
yeah,
like vaguely
to
sexual.
say,
Definitely Italian legend. He's a Poffo. Poffo, by the way. He's a Chicago Italian guy here. You're right on that, Dan.
and in WrestleMania 5, that Hulkamania is gonna survive.
Lenny
You
Poffo.
don't know me, Hulk Hogan. You don't know where I'm coming from. After I beat you with that big elbow and pin you 1, 2, 3, guaranteed victory. I'm going to tell you and all the pukesters out there one last time before this Sunday afternoon. Hulkamania is
Sounds like he's giving birth.
Yeah. I feel like he's sweating as he's doing this. Oh, it's a brilliant clip there. Speaking of brilliant clips, I saw this clip of Bobby Lee talking about Disneyland, and it's like insane, man. This is the high quality treatment when you're in Disneyland. Look at this.
Well, you got star treatment at Disneyland. You
I didn't get Star Trek.
Jump the line.
No, I got a chaperone.
You go to the front of the line.
Yeah, and there's there's Mexican. Hey, bro, why you get the good line, bro? You know what I mean? And I'm always like, chaperone, ching. But my point is, and then
So you walked by paralyzed kids waiting for their dream ride.
I don't know if they were paralyzed, but they were.
They're all paralyzed at Disneyland. How much is it?
I can't say it on the air.
Go ahead and do it.
And what do you think? What was it hourly?
An hour
Yeah.
with a private guide and skip the line?
Yeah.
1,000? I don't know.
Way less.
Wait, $250 an hour.
It was 700 something an hour.
$750 is not way less than 1,000. That's not much.
I just don't want the people listening to think that I have a lot of money.
$750 an hour. That's fucking wild. Cool.
And then-
Did you ever get to do that with him?
No.
No. Would you ever want to?
$750 an hour.
Yeah.
Well, you got Star Trek.
That's holy shit. So 8 hours. What is that? 8 hours plus 8 hours. $750. What is that? What's the math on that? You do accounting.
Not right
What is
now.
that?
I'm off
That's
the clock,
6,000.
man.
That's 6,000
I'm
bucks.
I'm not trying to work that shit out right now. I'm
So I just worked it. I have a calculator here. He paid 6,000 bucks for.
No, I know
Disney.
I could. But
That's crazy. Holy shit. I guess you pay 6,000 bucks, man. Damn. That's some top-notch Disney shit. Here's Shane Gillis teaching Bobby Lee
Bob,
Trump stuff.
Delilah and Shane Gillis. See if you could teach Bobby how to do the Donald Trump impression. He's tried it a couple of times.
Can I hear yours?
I don't have one.
Yeah, you
Try
did
to do
one.
it.
Try.
No,
You
you
try-
one first. I'll mimic you.
You try. First.
No.
No, you go first.
Well, just give me a sentence
okay.
that he would say, and then maybe I'll try.
Let's go. The greatest country in the world is America.
The greatest country in the world is America.
Okay.
That's terrible.
That was terrible. That was terrible. It was like Marlon Brando.
Yeah, it does sound like Marlon Brando.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, say one, do the same line, and maybe I can.
It sounded a lot like Marlon Brando.
But Trump does sound like Marlon Brando.
May your first boy be a masculine boy. Because we got to say it. Anyone who's got to have a kid on the way. Got to tell him that. You don't want him turning into those libs of TikTok pronoun baby there.
Mimic it.
So you got to do the easiest way to do Trump is like the speech Trump when he's
Okay.
doing a rally. Trump,
Okay.
because it's just in the back of your throat.
Okay.
The greatest country. That's it.
The greatest country.
Okay.
A little bit.
The greatest.
I think it's a hard thing to do. Actually,
Who's
doing
this
a Trump.
woman next to him the whole time that never says anything? Like, why does she have to be here?
She was his girlfriend, but I think she left him because he's an Asian guy.
I know, but it's like, why is she here? She she doesn't contribute anything.
I think it's because she's just there.
But why? Like, get her out.
Yeah, that's probably why she's fucking him. James Austin Johnson is a president. I like Shane Gillis as a president a lot. Jamie Foxx.
I don't really want to hear
Let's
any
do this.
Trump shit. Like, I'm good, man. I've heard enough of it.
Greatest country.
I think the impression I like.
Like,
move your
Bush
head.
shit. It's like, I've
Don't
heard
move my
so
body.
much of it. I don't fucking want to hear anymore. I'm
That
good.
one wasn't that funny, man. I don't know. Trump has got a funny voice. That's I think what's funny about it.
I'm good, man. I was hoping this guy would go away and not resurface.
Yeah, but I kind of like Shane Gillis though. I'm happy. I'm happy for Shane Gillis.
No, I like him, but I don't like his. I don't like his bit being this bullshit because he's got so much better other stuff going on.
Yeah, it
than
does.
Trump
I mean, I
impressions.
saw a recent clip that was funny. And it was with Shane Gillis as an uncle. Have you seen that clip? It's not new, but it's resurfaced. It's one of those. I think because he's more famous these days, it kind of comes up. But it's the Uncle Daycare, and it's kind of popped up a good bit. Let me see if I can find this.
The coronavirus shut down our daycare center.
I guess this isn't as old as I thought. Talking
We
about
were about to
coronavirus.
close our doors. Then we had an idea. We realized that there's probably so many people stuck inside with family members that they just can't stand. So we decided to reopen as a daycare center for uncles.
Hey!
Uncle Hank, good to have you today.
I got a hemorrhoid like a monkey knuckle.
All right. When most people have an uncle, they never think they'll
This is
spend all
from.
You guys
I don't think it's from it. I think it's a YouTube
My
show.
mom told me to say thank you for all the prayers for our iguana.
Once COVID hit, that nightmare became a reality.
It's not from like a TV show.
Hey, good morning.
Wow.
Wow, nice shirt.
What sound does a wolf make?
Wolves.
So we offer a solution. We give uncles a place to go during the day. Each day starts with a morning meeting.
Wait, what?
We give all the uncles a scratch-off ticket with their schedules on it.
Yoga? God damn it. Fuck.
Then the uncles participate in a variety of activities that suit their skill set. Okay, Uncle Tommy.
Yeah.
How old are these girls? Are any of them underage?
Well,
You can do this.
I know.
Okay. Go ahead.
They're all beautiful angels.
Oh man, his special was really good. I have to say, I like this special a lot. Good special. He's been raking the rounds on Rogan and everything. He seems to be a big standby now for Rogan, which is good. Good for him. There's not a lot. I don't know. There's not a lot of funny comedians these days. There's some really good looking guy that seems like a douchebag. I forget this guy's name, but he's gone on Rogan a couple times. And I think they're trying to cancel him because he's like kind of like a good looking comedian. Like no one likes a good looking guy. I mean, I don't either. So don't. It's like no one likes that. Whenever someone comes around like that, cancel him immediately.
Well, who's a good-looking comedian?
what's this guy's name? He's like a young guy. His name is Matt Rife. I've seen some of his clips. He's funny.
No, I
He's
don't
really-
mean him. I just mean like in history that you're referencing.
I don't know. Dane Cook? Is he kind of Dane Cook?
No, he's fucking weird looking as shit.
Mike Birbiglia?
No, I mean comedians in general are fucking weird looking. That's the whole point. They have to compensate. It's like a fat
guy
girl.
I don't think this guy got a facelift. He just looks like he's got a facelift. I think he's he
How
looks
old
like
are they that they're getting facelifts already?
I don't think he has. I think he just looks like I think he looks like that. I kind of doubt he has.
I don't know. Most like attractive male comedians don't work. Like people don't want that.
Yeah, because I think he looks like I agree with you. He looks like he's got like plastic surgery, like a jaw lift or something, or like cheek implants or something. But I think it's just how he looks.
Maybe you're mixing stand-up comedians with Jeopardy contestants.
No, I mean he looks kind of like womanly. You know, like that's how he kind of looks like. Exactly what you're saying. Like kind of looks like a plastic surgery thing here. That's why I kind of doubt that he'd have this, especially as a comedian. When I search good-looking comedian and he comes up. Is there any other? Oh, how about that guy? He used to be an insult comic guy, Jeselnik, right? Jeselnik, Anthony Jeselnik. He was funny. I would say I think he got canceled too.
Well,
No
he
one
had a
wants a
show
good
that failed.
No one wants a good-looking comedian. You know, like you're out. You're a little bit good-looking. You're out. We want Louis C.K.'s like we want some chodes.
I
mean,
don't think being good-looking and being a successful male comic correlate.
I don't think they do. It's funny. I agree. I think they don't. I think
part
no
of
one
the
wants
reason
it either.
why they're funny is because they're not good-looking and they're compensating. Like a
Gallagher was hot. Yeah, I agree with that. Thank you. Gallagher had some good big pants and a big paddle thing. Watermelons. That was sexual in general. You know, I mean, I was thinking about this. I'm like 2 days away from getting show jeans from Christmas. You know, Christmas. I'm trying to be like.
What do you mean? I thought you said you lost like 200 pounds last year.
Yeah, but I still could. I'm still thinking like it could drop at any moment, and I could be, you know, in 2 days I could be 100 pounds overweight and getting show jeans for Christmas.
I said no gag gifts, and Julie gave me chode jeans, and I almost killed myself. What are chode jeans? Chode jeans. They're jeans for a chode. Size 54 waist, 10-inch legs, fucking junk. Julie gave them to me.
It was just a joke.
I almost killed myself, Julie. Russell.
That's what I was thinking. I think I'm gonna get all these cho jeans for Christmas. That's gonna be my gift. I'm waiting for it. Or I was also thinking about giving other people cho jeans to make them feel worse. So then I'd be able to accept getting my own cho jeans.
Are you really that active on gift giving or receiving?
Not really, no. But I think it'd be funny.
I'm hoping I can just avoid all of it.
I think I kind of want to get.
I never want to do another Secret Santa again in my life.
I kind of want to get Jason Chicken some cho jeans. I think he might like those. He might appreciate.
I
that.
wanted to get him a
it's a 54 waist
jersey that said "big tits" on it, or "I like big boobs."
Oh, yeah, because he doesn't.
No, he likes beaks and eating ass. That's his.
And
thing.
he's even told me he likes small.
beaks.
He likes small tits and a big ass, which I have to say, I'm the opposite.
But I think
I really could care less about a big ass. I don't know.
I think they correlate. I think if you have small tits, your ass is better for some reason. Genetically, like
I
it
guess
just
so.
knows to compensate.
I guess you got to make up for it too, right?
Yeah. No, I see where he's coming from completely.
I think it's a fitness thing. You know, like when you get into fit, I think you see a lot of fitness girls that
also
are hitting that mark
okay,
that he's
so like
talking
if you
about.
lose weight, your tits are going to go down because
Yeah, that's why I think he likes that. I think he likes a fitness chick. He likes a really fit chick. So I get it.
Now you're all muscular.
Yeah.
But then your ass is tighter, and your legs are stronger. So it's like, it is like a weird balance to try and even out.
Yeah,
I
and
like borderline like pigos with triple Z's.
right. Yeah, exactly. You want some
Slam
you want
pigs.
some some triple tits, like some stomach tits, right? Like a double set.
I
One
want
under the other.
Yeah, I want dog udders in a trough.
Now, I mean, I remember this. I remember one time going to a strip club and the girl that I got lap dance from
No, that's a
was
good
like,
point, man. Like you definitely you need some meat
yeah.
on the
No,
bone.
this was
You're having sex with like a little boy. Yeah.
this story I'm talking about was an example of this. Like I got a lap dance from a girl who was like, I don't know, she could have been like 100 pounds. Like, like 100 pounds, like super skinny, super
Like
small. And it was like she was like I mean like a foot across. Like her ass and body was like a foot, like 12 inches. That was her whole body. And like it was so strange because I've dated women that were like womanly, where they're like when they're on top of you, it's like a person's on top of you. This was like a doll was on top of
It's
me
like
or
a
something. It was
McDonald's
very
toy.
strange. It's like it's very strange. It was like,
It's like one of
I remember
those.
thinking like this is weird.
You
Like,
turn the gear up and it has like a face and then two legs and it like crawls over.
yeah, and it's like I like someone who's like a full figure, not like a big person, but like it's like a full figure. It feels like a person's on top of you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. This was like very weird. Like, I remember thinking like I don't like these skinny women like at all. Like, I mean, they look good from afar, but sexually, no.
Prejudice here.
Yeah, I guess so. I think they don't really get it. They always get the high end of the stick, so I don't think they'll mind.
No, I think they do get the high end. The big ones are not even getting close to the high end because there's so much fat in between.
Yeah, but I'm saying like kind of just someone who's not like fat, but like a normal person, someone who like kind of.
Well, I think
it's almost better
between being fat and thick.
Yeah,
Thick
or
is
just
like
honestly,
you're still in shape, even though you're just kind of like
But I've
prepositioned to be
dated
big.
girls that aren't
And then
thick
there's fat,
either.
which is like you're prepositioned to be fat and you're sloppy and just overeating and big.
Yeah, but I've dated girls that aren't thick in per se in quote, but they still like feel like a full figure. I don't know how to explain it. They're not fat, but they're like a full figure. But I wouldn't consider them like some thick ass Latina big booty AOC. You know what I mean? Like they're not like that.
I wouldn't say AOC is some like you don't want to put her on some like BBW stuff.
No.
Man, you're really digging deep, man. How old are these clips?
Thank you.
Old enough. Come on. It's evergreen.
I guess.
These are from 2016.
Depending on your audience, it's evergreen. Yeah, I mean it's well made. I'll give it that, but
These are from 2016. These are relevant, man. These days, she might be running again.
Lock her up. Lock her up.
You remember that? he never left her.
That still has the bump stickers.
Oh, he's got the lock her up sticker.
Oh yeah, and like a
The funny thing is, they have a lot of these people still have the Pence stuff, and I think they hate Pence now. Like they still have the Pence
I
stuff.
don't know.
They
I
don't
can't
like
keep
Pence.
up with all that stuff.
I don't think they like Pence
Can't
anymore.
keep up with it.
Pence turned on Trump, so that was it.
I just know that
Now they want Pence to get
telling
killed.
them
in the
that I've never
Senate.
voted, I never will, really sets them off. Like any of their shit matters whatsoever. Like if you think your vote fucking matters for anything, it's just you're wasting your time. Just stay the fuck home.
Right.
I'd rather take a fucking sloppy shit and watch a shitty movie.
Oh yeah. Let's get some sloppy steaks, right? Holy
We
shit!
can't show that clip. We
Hurdle.
got taken down for that.
I just picked up Hurdle. He had a hat trick tonight. Holy shit! Oh my god. Thatcher Demko is getting ripped up tonight. Ugh. I got
Did you
fucked
bench
on
him?
that. No, he's. Oh man, I think he might have got benched. He gave up fucking 4 goals in the first.
It happens.
Holy shit!
Even good goalies.
This is the worst. This is the worst I've seen him ever do. I think he's done.
Yeah, it'll happen. I mean, I just had Vasilevsky get a shutout versus me after giving up 7 goals in the game before that. So
Yeah, I think they sat him. Holy shit, that's the worst I've ever seen him do. But you know what though? I had money on the over, so for the first period, so I don't care. That all works out for me.
You don't want to bet on organizations or players. You want to bet on
Hedging my
line.
bets there. And with the
That way
Rangers,
they can win or lose, but you still win.
Yeah, the Rangers had a bad loss, but you know what? They've been winning.
You can't win every single fucking game.
Yeah, you can't win every game.
I mean, come on.
You know what though, man? The fucking
Gotta be
Ottawa
realistic.
Senators. Ottawa always does good against the Rangers. That's like, I've seen the Rangers play Ottawa in person a few times, and they always lose. They're not good against Ottawa. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense, but they're just not good against them. They don't match up. Like that is a thing. Some teams just don't match up. They never do. There's trends in sports, and they're real. It's I mean, look at like the thing with the Patriots and the Giants, like how they couldn't beat them in regular season. Like it's crazy. Like, I mean, I know they did, but just the amount of times they've lost to them, it was like they didn't have a win against the Patriots since 1997. Like, it's nuts. They had their number. Now I guess Belichick's gonna be on that bread line soon, right? He's gonna be on that bread line soon. Be getting that 1930s bread line shit there. Hanging out with Howard, was it Hoover? He's gonna be in Hooverville.
You think Belichick's done?
I think Belichick is done. I think he's I think it's time. I think it's time in a few places.
He's big old yeller, you know. You got to put
this. Here's another one.
Shoot him in the head.
I think it's definitely time for Mike Tomlin to be done in Pittsburgh. Even though I know he's doing all right this season, I think it's just done, man. It's like change the team up a little bit. Yeah, like he can go somewhere else and still be a good coach. Like change the team up.
Have they made an Old Yeller reboot yet?
They haven't done that. They haven't done that one. People aren't crazy about the dogs getting killed.
People
these
aren't
days.
clamoring for a kid to shoot a dog in his head.
Yeah, people aren't clamoring for the Old Yeller reboot.
I got it written, but it's gonna have some bestiality.
I mean, I keep pushing for the Song of the South reboot, but no one seems to want to do that one. They don't want to show that movie on TV.
Animated films don't exist anymore. That's the only way to do it.
I write Verizon every month to show Sound of the South, but they don't want to do it. I don't know why. I got a bluebird on my shoulder. Zippity doo dah. I don't get why it's such a racist movie. I don't understand. They wanted to kill. You know, it's funny. They wanted to kill the dog in that movie too. By the way, that was another. There's a lot of dog killing going on in old movies, like Wizard of Oz. Like there's a lady who wants to kill the dog in the opening scene. No one talks about that.
Who wants to kill Toto?
There's like this rich old lady that Dorothy bumps into in the beginning of the movie and wants to kill Toto.
The fuck?
Yeah, she wants to put down Toto.
Is that
like it's actually a big plot point. It's a big plot point. She wants to kill Toto, and then that's why Dorothy goes to her room and cries, and then goes to sleep, and that's where the whole dream happens. But Toto runs back. In the movie, you see that I think the woman returns Toto, but Miss Gulch, big bitch, Miss Gulch, she wanted to kill that dog. And then in the Song of the South, there's these little hick kids that want to kill a dog in that. But then the black guy saves the dog on the farm. He puts it in his slave quarters.
You have way more information on this than I expected.
On the Song of the South?
Just in general.
Well, I watched it to be like
all dogs go to heaven stuff.
I didn't like that one that much. I liked more of the old school 60s stuff. That's real racist. No, but I watched Song of the South to be like, I was like, I want to watch this because I was like, I think everyone's wrong on this. Like this racism stuff they're talking about is all bullshit. And I was like, I'll watch it and be like, you know what? This is all bullshit. This movie's fine. So I watched it and I was like, oh no. This is racist. This is really racist. It's really racist. It's there is no plot. It's just these little kid, like a rich white kid from the north moves to the south and then has a plantation where there's basically slaves that live on it. And that's like the black guy. And there's these like kind of like he tries to interact with some of the local kids who are like these hicks, and they have a bunch of dogs because it's like they have all these dogs breeding all over the place, and then he wants to get this dog, and then they give him the dog, and then they want to kill the dog because they don't like this kid, and then he hides the dog with the black guy, and that's basically the movie. And the black guy's telling him about some animated Briar Rabbit. It's not a good movie. It's very very old Disney where there's not a real plot. You know, like
And
there's
Wes
a lot
Anderson
of old.
saw that and said, "Let me remake it."
Oh, I guess a little bit. Isle of Dogs is Isle of Dogs kind of has that element. The worst movie that's like that is called Plague Dogs. It's by the guy who did Watership Down. That is next level sad.
Yeah, that was
No,
on
like-
this. I remember I was like looking up content for the early podcast, and it was like the worst children's movies that were made.
Yeah.
It's like The Brave Little Toaster.
That one's I always liked the Brave Little Toaster. I like
no,
that
I know,
movie a
but
lot.
it's supposed to be like one of the most depressing movies that are made. That and like I think Black Cauldron was on it. Five Goes
like-
West.
Shit, man. I feel like maybe
Fern
that's why I'm
Gully was
depressed.
on it.
Maybe I'm depressed because I liked all these movies. I loved all these movies. I love Five. I love all the American
No, it's
Tail
not that
movies.
they're like bad movies. It's just the subject matter is very dark.
Oh,
for
Secret
children.
of Nim. Secret of Nim is really
That was-
dark and
that was probably on it.
yeah. I mean, by the way, that's Don Bluth who did 3 of these movies we listed here: American Tail, Secret of Nim, and Five Goes West. He's a great animator. He left Disney during the their dark era where they're making shitty movies like Lady and the Tramp and shit. And the Rescuers. Remember the Rescuers? That movie sucked. There's a lot of bad Disney movies in
What's
the
that?
80s. It was like a mouse movie where they go and the better one was where they went to Australia and it was called The Rescuers Down Under. I remember kind of like that as a kid. That was all right, but it wasn't like anything I really liked. Better things were like all the non-Disney shit I can think of was better, like Fern Gully, like Fievel. There's a lot of shit that was actually pretty good. All Dogs Go to Heaven was not Disney. That was also Don Bluth. Don Bluth is really dark. I've realized that. He likes to do things that are like kid-oriented, but like a deep, dark message. I always like the Fievel movies, though. I think that.
I gotta head out.
Yeah, I gotta do the same. I was thinking the same thing. All right, well, we are on YouTube. Just search WizardShack. And we're on the podcast. Yeah, we're on all the podcast platforms now. We're on everything.
We're on all of them, or I only know the one.
I
only know that
submitted our
podcast.
shit just because I was like, whatever, I'll submit our shit because it's just, why not do it? It's a free program called Spreaker. Spreaker was able to put all my shit to everything else, which is kind of cool. I like that. It's all free. I'm not paying for this at all, which is kind of surprising because I've paid for other podcast hosting and I'm not doing that anymore. Done with that. But yeah, we're on like everything.
We're on
Apple,
every known audio platform available.
Spotify, Google, some bullshit, Amazon,
Cool,
Alexa.
you want to go for the visuals because
You could tell Alexa. You could tell Alexa to play WizardShack, and it would probably work. I
Have
think
you
that would
heard of
actually work.
those people with Alexa and Ring? They're like shit's being tracked by the government.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, I have an Alexa thing. You don't have that? You don't have that yet?
I've been around it, but I don't have
No,
one.
then you're already tracked. You're already tracked, man. You already bought in without even knowing. We're on iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Castbox, Deezer. I don't know what Deezer is, but we're on it.
Really?
Podchaser.
We're on iHeartRadio. I thought that was like a paid.
That's another platform. Like we're on their platform.
Oh shit!
Yeah, no, we're all in there. It's not hard. You just have to submit your RSS and then you get on there. Not a big deal. And then, yeah, they don't care about the Jackson 5 shit or anything. So we'll say.
Careful. We're only a couple strikes away from being banned.
Yeah, we're a Tito and a Marlon away.
We've probably already been shadow banned, and we don't even know it.
There's a good chance of that, actually.
Yeah, I
That is
mean,
a, that is
been,
a very good
we've
chance.
been this consistent for this long, and it feels like I don't know, like YouTube is just at every point trying to like just suffocate and limit whatever the fuck we're doing all the time. It's just
I
so
think
frustrating.
it's just there's so much other shit too. I get it. It's just
No, I know
there's
it's
a
like
lot of
yeah,
shit.
what we're doing is not what they want to promote or champion whatsoever. But it's still like you need to give everyone like a fair fucking shot. Like some
No,
of the
there
stuff
was
that
a
we
point
get
where
taken down for it makes no sense.
some of it is timing because there was a point where a lot of shit would get through that shouldn't have.
Well, yeah, it's like
Actually, a lot of
when
comedians,
the
man.
Avalanches and Beastie Boys were making entire albums from samples. Back then, like you didn't even need to clear half the shit. Now
No, but
it's
even
like
I
that
was
would
thinking
never
about
happen.
it.
You could never make Since I Left You or Paul's Critique. That would
Yeah,
never
and I was.
even
Oh yeah,
be
and
legally possible. You would get sued up the fucking ass.
I was looking at like old like comedians podcasts. Some comedians like 5-6 years ago they had podcasts that were like really fucking popular. Then I looked at their numbers lately, and it's like fucking nothing. Like there's a lot of shit that's just gone down. Maybe maybe comedy podcasts aren't really a big thing anymore. You have to have a topic, I think that's an important thing is have a topic at least. Have an avenue. Like the TJ Miller podcast I saw. I went back and looked at their numbers. It's like they're not doing shit. And it was really popular at one
Yeah, I
point.
mean, he kind of just like went away in general.
Or the Sklar brothers, and they got that great joke, man. I heard a really good Sklar brothers joke recently. It was about they're saying, everyone likes to act like their dog is their children, this is my dog's my baby, but you're not going to jerk off in front of your kid. You'll jerk off in front of your dog. That's the difference right there. They could tell it better than I do, but that's that Jewish charm. But yeah, we're
You
at
had to be there.
Twitter.com/wizard_shack, and then we're on YouTube. You can search WizardShack, and we're everywhere.
Discord.
Discord we don't use so much, but we're there too. We are there.
Makes a place to post and chat on there.
Yeah, I think he stopped. I think he stopped because he's like, these fucking faggots aren't even on here.
Well, we're not on Discord, but we're still like streaming all the time.
Yeah, I mean, where the fuck is Mixaplex today? Come on, where the hell is that guy?
It's really at work. I think at certain
where the hell is that guy?
Times he's not available.
Yeah, no, I don't care.
Or maybe Dancast is just Mixaplex on like an alternative account that he's
or
running.
his alternate identity. What if it's a different identity?
Yeah, like Dancast and Mixaplex.
He doesn't even know.
Person.
They don't even know that they're different people either. That would be like a Truman thing. Like they don't even
I
know.
like the Truman Show. That movie's fucking good.
Yeah, I mean, I like a lot of it.
Right. I like Laura Linney. She's kind of hot.
I mean, I think I like the message of it, but I never really liked the movie. But
I
could have been too young for it.
I just
but
like
there's a big esoteric message to the whole thing. That's like obvious.
Well, and then
it's obviously meant to be.
Ruined it.
What was that?
Ed TV with Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, that's not nowhere close. It's obviously meant to be about. It's almost like The Matrix. You know how like a lot of people look at The Matrix and be like, "This is really esoteric, talking about our modern day."
Yeah, no, you're right. Like definitely,
Truman Show is doing the same thing.
The Matrix are like one and the same.
Honestly, kind of are.
Just one's like video version, and the other's like internet, online type of.
I mean, they're both locked into a reality
What is
that
it
wasn't
like
real,
when you have
and then they realize it's not
like
real.
an online version of yourself? Fuck.
But I do like Laura Linney as well. She's always pretty good.
All right, I gotta go.
All right, later, man. Later, all. We will see you guys next time.